not be surprised at all.
You reckon he might have a couple of free voters in him?
Yeah, I reckon he would have. I reckon he might have got 3 last week. It's just if you get someone like a Mark Wiley gets 35 and Fraunfelder gets 25, it's what Fraunfelder carries the balls. He's got that exciting dash about him.
He's that 100-metre player, isn't he? He's going to run. He's going to run 50 metres and he's going to kick at 50 as well. He's very good.
So I think he'll be polling really well.
He's also the best celebrator as well in the whole SSNA Evans and Murray is Baz Fraunfelder, so he always gives us something to cheer about. Chris Mitchell, we know that you're a Myrtleford Alpine Saints man. You love and you demand to come and watch the Saints whenever you're on O&M Live. Who are you picking today, please?
Unfortunately, and I'm not near any Myrtleford fans, so I'm going to have to go the Pigeons. They've got the Cats colours on today, and that didn't work for them last night, the Cats, but I think Pigeons will be too strong today. I don't think Lee Williams has kicked less than 4 goals a game this season, so expect him to have a big one. Who's going to play on him? That's the big question. Is it going to be Jacobs or a Wicks? I'm not quite sure yet.
Does Lockie Horrigan, he's probably the most experienced down there now, Chris, does he get the big matchup?
He's certainly a strong-bodied young fella from Myrtleford, and he's having one of his better seasons, I reckon, Horrigan. So, yeah, he might be a chance. You wouldn't want to drop in the hole there in front of Big Lee, though, would you?
No, no one would. What about you, Robbie McKinlay? Who are you liking in this one?
Yeah, well, it all points to the Pigeons, doesn't it? You'd have to say. I've seen Myrtleford twice already this year. Really impressed with the style of footy they play. I think if you go on recent form of teams playing against each other, Myrtleford will give themselves a sneaky chance. But I just think the Pigeons, they've got just that midfielder's class. I know Myrtleford they've got a bit more depth of class.
Dan Vaccaro?
Myrtleford are a better side down here, Panda, but I do think Yarra are going to hit their straps today. I reckon they'll win by about 6 or 7 goals.
As we point to Angus Curry from Yarrawonga, who's walking to the bench at the moment. He's from Port Melbourne, so another VFL-listed Port Melbourne youngster from Yarrawonga.
And originally from up around Waggaway, I believe.
Turvey Park.
Turvey Park. Lives with Jacko Weedham.
He does indeed. So not a bad player if you're a Yarrawonga Pigeon to have back in your team today. Jake Sharp also on the bench for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. First game since June 18 last year as he makes his long-awaited comeback from a ACL injury, which is just extraordinary. So well done to Jake. Best of luck today from everyone here on the O&M Live call team. You're one of our favourites, and we hope he can get through unscathed. Robbie McKinlay.
Huey Wales has the job on Lee Williams.
First quarter action for A-grade oils and batteries. It's the Saints and the Pigeons, and here's Robbie McKinlay on O&M Live.
Gorgeous day in the Alpine region, and up we go. First touch, give it to Howell. Harry Wheeler got knocked off the footy. Kicking off in the ground. Danger. Capillari comes through. Ryan Bruce tracked him. Gathered the footy. Handball to Harry Wheeler. Tackled straight away. Got a ball back now. Now Lockie Howe's got a little bit of time to move, and the kick's a good one. And on centre wing, he's found Mark Wiley. His kick finds Ironspawn on the half volley. Handball release is good to Harry Wheeler. Short little kick. Mightn't be 15. It is okay. Fothergill has it. 70 out from goal. Sees the lead, goes long, over the back the ball goes. It'll be thrown in now. It's hit the boundary line, 25 metres around from the Yarrawonga goal. We've gone 40 seconds on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, which is 0-0, Panda.
Yep. Beautiful day for football, netball. Mother's Day tomorrow as well. So make sure you get your mum something, or you can head to Paulie's Corner Cafe for a nice breakfast. Beautiful ruck work there from Lee Williams, but went straight down to a Saint. Horrigan gets tackled over the boundary line. And we have another stoppage just outside forward 50 here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They're kicking to the town end of the McNamara Reserve in this round 6 contest between Myrtle afternoon here on 15/663 O&M Optus TV. Hello to Travi Cartwright and Sabina and the crew who are filming this one for us as well on the balcony here at Myrtleford as they break away from this stoppage. Jacobs just Wilson on top of him, and we have a ball up just in between centre wing and half forward for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. No score in this one. We've gone almost 2 minutes on the Macca's time clock.
We've got an unidentified character. There's no number 21 on the official timesheet, and he's wearing a jumper for Myrtleford, so we'll see if we can find out who that is. Curtis intercepts, handball to Riccardi. He's under pressure. That's a great tackle. Advantage rule played in. No, it's going to come back. And the free kick, young Tyler Lovell executing that excellent tackle. Smack bang in the centre of the ground. Not much happening yet. Kick in the forward 50. Defended nicely. Here's Horrigan. He goes wide. He's got no one at home, though. Chasing after the ball is Lee Masters. Gets a shepherd from Lockie Howe. Masters now comes inboard. The kick's going to be good. Harry Wheeler's a target. Gathers. Handball back now to O'Dwyer. O'Dwyer inside forward 50. From behind now. A couple of chances missed by Myrt. Good kick off the ground there was smart play. And it's going to fall away. Huey Wales defending at half back. Wales shimmy one way. Went the other kick is a low worm burner. Harry Wheeler gathers it. Tackled. He's gone. Free kick will go the way of the Saints. Half back. 2.5 minutes gone. 0-0 here at the McNamara Reserve for A-grade oils and batteries.
Number 31, I think, actually, Robbie, is it running around out there for the Saints? Not sure who he is. Sam Hilton-Joyce brings the footy away. Finds Winter Irving, and he kicks to Riley Booker on centre wing. Look at this aggressive style of play here for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. They want to come inboard. Martin at half forward. His kick not far. Intercepted by Lee Masters for the Pigeons. His kick, not great in the middle of the ground. It might get intercepted here by the Saints. Wicks does. On to Del Bosco. His kick is a little chip one to half forward. Hilton Joyce hand passes it to Del Bosco. Kicks it along to Riley Sharp. He was just nudged under the footy. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints got the first score on the board. It's a minor score. One behind. The Yarrawonga Pigeons yet to score. We've played 3.5 minutes on the Macca's time clock. That's on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro, early stat winners, please, for 40 Winks.
Harry Wheeler, boys, been playing 3 minutes and 41 seconds, and he's up to 5 touches on the 40 Winks stat sheet as well. So he's just started the game really hot. Mark Wiley and Lee Masters both had their hands on the footy 2 times as well.
All right, Mark Wiley, give him again there, mate, as he chips short and he finds Fraunfelder. Fraunfelder now, not a good kick, but it's going to fall okay to Lockie Howe. Has it midfield, low kick, intercepted by Sharp, put his head over the footy. Fed it back to Riley Booker, sun in the eyes there for Capillari, but he marks it okay. Right in the centre square, Capillari chips short and he finds Riley Booker, marks 60 out from goal. Got a short option here and the mark has been taken by Kyle Winter Irving. 40 metres out, directly in front, chance for the Saints to kick the first goal. Daniel Vaccaro.
Absolutely, and that's their third entry as well, the Saints. But that was a really nice hit up. There's been a couple of mistakes early, but that was a really, really classy finish there, and they'll go in for a goal.
Hey, Jake Sharp coming onto the ground. Mitch, the down boundary side.
Yeah, hopefully he has a good game. He's obviously a favourite son here, but yeah, great work there by Winter Irving just to find a few metres on
As he
Bruce.
bangs it through for the first goal of the afternoon. Kyle Winter Irving. It was good lead-up play. They used the ball well. Capillari got the ball in motion, and Kyle Winter Irving lands a nice long bomb from downtown. A steel line goal of the day contender. Dan Vaccaro, how are those inside of 50s looking?
Yeah, 3 apiece now, boys, for the game, but a really positive start from Myrtleford. And we mentioned before the game, they're really going to have to win that midfield battle, and they are at the moment. Mitch Del Bosco, he's touched the footy. Simon Curtis and Brody Riccardi all involved early. So really positive signs for Myrtleford. The question's going to be if they can keep it up for 4 quarters.
There we go. So early scoreboard pressure from the Saints. 7-zip, they lead it. Fisted away. Oh, that's a strong tackle, but it's going to be okay. They're going to ball it up. So Winter Irving gets the early goal. As Howe taps it. Intercepted though. Sam Martin tracked the ball well. Einspawn was good. Got nice quick hands. Fraunfelder off back flank. Kicks it long. It's a good kick too. Sitting underneath here is Timmy Lawrence. He threatened to play on, and he decides discretion is the better part of valour. Lawrence kick towards Williams, and he marks. Tight angle, 20 out. Oh, he's got to play on now. He'll screw it over his left shoulder. Lee Williams misses to the near side. Minor score, they're on the board. Myrtleford leads 7-1. That's on the that's on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard, and it's 6 minutes gone. Chris Mitchell, boundary side.
You're not really sure why he played on round the man on the mark there, Robbie.
Yeah, he saw an option and it was blocked out. Then all of a sudden he was told he had to go. So Huey Wales brings the ball back in. Kicks okay too. He's under a bit of pressure there. Hilton Joyce. He got a little half kick on it. Panda. Now the chance here. Masters gets a handball out the back towards Lovell.
Yeah, it was Hilton Joyce who picked it up from the Saints. Puts it on the boot. Kicks the half forward. Declan Bren playing in front, just leaves it for Riccardi. Smooth mover, left foot inside forward 50. That's Addison Bedendo wearing the number 12 for the Saints. Left it behind. Lovell's hand pass wasn't great. Del Bosco picks it up for the Saints. Curtis swings around on the right, kicks it deep in front of goal. Winter Irving got his mitts to it, kicks it off the ground, and it's through for a sausage. A steel line goal today from Winter Irving. A little bit of Lionel Messi, that's his second, and the Saints have kicked the first two here at the McNamara Reserve in this first quarter. 2-1-13, Yarrawonga, one behind Dan Vaccaro.
Absolutely right, Panda, and it just looks like going in there 50. Myrtleford are probably a little bit more potent. They're putting it long, and they hit up a target for their first goal as well. So super positive signs early for Myrtleford. 5 inside 50s to Pigeons 4, so they're getting the inside 50s, Yarrawonga, but nowhere near as pivotal as what Myrtleford's putting the ball in at. And Brodie Riccardi, 2 Simon Curtis, really good touches of the football as well, and he's had 2 early touches.
So if you had the ground here live watching, it number 12, Guernsey changes, Addison Bedendo, and the other one is Nick Ferguson, 21.
Riley Forrest is wearing 31 as well, Robbie.
All right, there you go. There's our 31. That was a good clearing kick there by Wiley. Here's a chance for Williams. Got it off the Lawrence, and the Pigeons have got their first goal of the afternoon with a nice little bit of play. Williams delivered the handball. Lawrence finished it with a dribble kick from about 30, and it never looked like missing. That was a quick reply. 2-1-13 Myrtleford. Yarrawonga 1 straight 6. We've gone 8 minutes on the Macca's time clock. And boundary side for Waters, Chris Mitchell. That was a quick reply.
It was a beautiful pickup. Just running past him with no one near him, and a beautiful little banana from about 25 out on a tight angle. So a great, very quick reply there from the Pigeons. What the Myrtleford Saints have been able to do is get some pretty deep entries down the corridor, and that's been to the 2 big key forwards in Winter, Irving and Sharp.
Mark Wiley with that clearance, and he's up to 4 touches as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Yeah, fresh off about 36 disposals last week. He's in sparkling form. That marks it as Lee Williams in the top of the goal square. He was the only one that wanted that football, Chris Mitchell, and he's going to go back and kick his second.
Just read it better than everyone else, didn't he? It didn't seem like the sun caused any problem getting into his eyes there. Just put the big jukes up and came down with the footy. He's only probably about 5 metres out.
Do we know who's got the match up on Lee Williams, Chriso?
Well, it was Wales, I think, to start with. Not sure if he's still on him, but there might be a few rotate today.
So Lee goes bang. He made the umpire work, but it's through for a goal. Lee's got 2. And we've got 4 goals in this game inside the first 9 minutes on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Myrtleford 2-1-13, Yarrawonga 2 straight 12. We've played 10 minutes of the Macca's time clock. Dan Vaccaro?
We talk about how good of a player Lee Williams is, boys. How good of a player is Mark Wiley in that midfield? He's got the last 2 clearances that have resulted to the goals for Yarrawonga. So super pivotal this midfield battle's going to be. They've got 2 early clearances out of the centre. Mark Wiley's touched the ball 5 times, and he's putting it inside their 50. So this is where Yarrawonga can win this game.
It's a Pendergast going on to the ball, and he'll come into the middle for the first time. It's trying to spot where Lockie Howe has gone there. Mitch, did you spot where Lockie Howe went?
Maybe he's gone for a Les Kiss.
I mean, he might be. Thank you very much, Panda. O'Dwyer, good pressure off half-back. Cam Wilson's there. Little underground kick there was okay. Myrtleford, we've got another foreign jumper out there too. Panda just discovered another one.
Well, it's the mental health round, which is wonderful. They're all in blue numbers and different jumpers, which is why there's a little bit of confusion here, Robbie, but we are slowly working it out.
That's our man, Waylon Wales, in 15. He's got the job on Bailey Fraunfelder by the look of it.
Don't mind it.
As midfield, Sammy Martin tracks after the ball, tapped it once, twice, 3 times, couldn't get it. Now this is where they're good. Here they go. Wilson got the 1-2 with Wheeler, and away they go here, panned up through the midfield.
Nyholm, little quick kick to half forward, clean bowled a few. Picked up by Austin Wicks and Myrtleford, kicks it straight down the height at a little. Here's Riccardi, he marks, plays on straight away, lowers the eyes inside 50. Riley Sharp gets it on the bounce, inboard kick, not bad, back to half forward, and intercepting for the Pigeons as Willie Wheeler, the inside bull, working hard in defence. He goes out to the far side of the McNamara Reserve. And it's in the hands here of Angus Curry on centre wing. The Saints lead by 1 point, 13-12. We've played 11 minutes in this first quarter.
Now, Yarrawonga, they'll go forward again. Quick kick by Coburn inside. Williams picks it up on the half volley. Clever tap towards Ryan Bruce. Gave it away. Angus Curry was there working hard. Umpire says, give it to me. It'll be a ball up, 50 out from the Yarrawonga goal. Myrtleford kicked the first 2. Yarrawonga got the next 2. Myrtleford lead by a point.
O&M live action on 15-6, 3 and 8, 90.1 FM in Myrtleford. Panda Escott with you, Robbie McKinlay, Dan Vaccaro and Chris Mitchell, all for the Old Town and Country Tavern. Free kick holding the ball. It's going the way of the Yarrawonga Pigeons here, and it's going to go to Mark Wiley, 45 metres out in a slight angle, Chris O.
Looks like he's going back for a shot too, so he's got a pretty big leg on him. He wouldn't put it past him, but there's plenty of guys leading for the ball. He's going to choose one option.
Yeah, he's passed it off, and he finds Braden Coburn, and he's probably 5 metres closer than Mark Wiley, same angle. So he'll kick this from 45 metres, 45-degree angle. The boy from Strathmerton, averaging 17 disposals in season 2023. For 3 in a row for the Yarrawonga Pigeons, it's across the face and through for a minor score. So Yarrawonga 2-1-13, Myrtleford 2-1-13 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. 12 minutes played in this first quarter. Dan Vaccaro, what have you got for us?
Mark Wiley again, boys. He set up that shot on goal. He's been the best player in the field. He's under 6 touches. He's had 2 centre clearances, so he's one they've really got to put some attention into, Myrtleford.
Hurrigan's long kick. He played on from the gold square, and he was looking for Forrest, but he couldn't find him amongst the trees, and it'll be a boundary throw in. Building on that one. Well, there are trees on that.
There are, and they're losing their leaves at the moment.
Yeah, and I thought he'd be more identifiable.
They're beautiful trees.
Thank you very much.
You seen Lord of the Rings, Robbie, when the trees come alive, the forest?
I've heard about it. I haven't caught that movie yet.
Treebeard.
Del Bosco's
Treebeard was Zach Clark from Essendon.
Was he really?
Yes, that was his nickname, Treebeard.
Righto. Here's Riley Sharp got the tap. Here's Fothergill. Gathered. Quick hands was okay. Curry was under the pump. Off half back. Bedendo or Booker. And he ran into a wall of Pigeons, and he'll be thrown in 65 around from the Yarrawonga goal. If you just joined us, the Pigeons lead 14-13 halfway through the first quarter, which is for A-grade oils and batteries. Here's another A-grader, Blake Escott.
Thank you very much, Robbie McKinlay, for the Old Town and Country Tavern. Riley Sharp doing a bit of ruck work. Flicks out here to Mark Wiley, put him down for another 40 winks. Little kick inside 50. Oh, that was great body work there by the Pigeons.
Yeah.
In the back.
Definite push.
Okay, so a free kick there against Timmy Lawrence. We heard a few expletives there next door from Stevie J. So clearly he didn't agree with it. Free kick here to the Saints in defence.
His pie might have been a bit hot.
They move it to the broadcast side. This is Riccardi. Has to keep it really low, too low in fact. The umpires paid a mark. I think that actually
hit the ground.
That hit the deck.
I'd have hit that for 4 in cricket terms. It was a half volley.
It was a half volley.
I'd have whacked that through the covers, Panda.
Maybe he played in the back, did he, or not?
So the kick was a shocker from Riley Forrest. It's been intercepted here by the hard-working Fothergill for the Pigeons. Right on true centre wing. They lead this bun by 1 point. 14 plays 13 on 3&E's O&M Live as O'Dwyer switches the footy dangerously, hangs a long time up in the air, gives Jake Sharp every chance to intercept for the Saints. McCarroll just left it behind, and the Pigeons back in numbers, work it out of defence, and they go to the broadcast wing.
Yeah, a fitter Jake Sharp might have made him pay then. Anyway, Riccardi's given away a free kick. It's going to go the way of Harry Wheeler. He'll go another terrible short kick. Howe got it. Inside handball to Coburn. Looks for Williams, and Williams will mark. Well, they've got an issue down there. Lee Williams already has taken 3 big marks, I think it is, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, he has. They've taken 4 as a total inside 50 marks this quarter, and he's taken 3 of them, boys. So very, very dangerous. And it's on the back of the great ball use from Mark Wiley, who's had 7, and Harry Wheeler's had 7 touches as well on the 40-wing stat sheet.
He's got 1-1, so you just wonder whether they need a bigger body, someone a bit taller, but they don't have many options.
He'll shoot from 25 metres out directly in front. Lee Williams, kick on the way. He's hooked it again. He almost missed the unmissable previously, and that's another shanky type kick. He's pulled it to the left, probably hit that out of bounds off the tee.
Very happy with how he was going, so
Okay,
maybe he's
well,
continued that into the game.
Continued. It's 15-13. Yarrawonga lead. Here's Panda.
He seemed to have rushed that kick. He didn't take very long at all, Chris O, actually, to take that set shot, so he might have to fix that one. Hilton Joyce grabs it for the Saints. They flick it across half-back. Look at the left foot from Capillari. Kicks it to space, the open side. Riley Sharp at half-forward, just bowls over Pendergast. Wiley put him down for another 40 winks. Flicks it by hand to Masters. Beautiful kick out wide to Willie Wheeler.
Half-forwards lead up so well, don't they, the Pigeons?
Well called down there. Chris Mitchell for Waters on the boundary. Willie Wheeler kicks to half. To Lockie Howe. He wanted to get it back, but the Saints were reading it, and they rush it over the boundary line. Another throw in inside forward 50. 15 metres around from the Yarrawonga Pigeons goal. They lead by 2 points, 15-13 in this first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries. We played 16 minutes.
Great smother there from Austin Wicks. The handball from Howe, he did really well. That was a certain goal. They would have run in and they could have raffled it down at the old Town and Country Inn Tavern tonight if they had, but they didn't. So they did well. Now it was Howe held. Play on's the call. Umpire just kick off the ground. That might have gone through. I think it might have been Fothergill that kicked it. Or was it Logan Morey?
Might be Angus Curry.
Angus Curry's kicked it. It was a real scramble from that boundary throw. It was a short boundary throw in. And Angus Curry's booted off the ground and gets his first goal in colours for Pigeons, I reckon. Yarrawonga lead at 21-13. Did you see that, Mitch, for Waters?
I saw it bounce over Hugh Wales' head. He was the man on the goal square, but it was just a bit of luck that it bounced that way. But it was very hard to tell who actually kicked it.
Really, really positive start now. They're really starting to assert their dominance, Yarrawonga. They're up to the 11 inside 50s, 4 marks inside 50, and it's on the back of Mark Wiley. He's up to 8 touches on the 40-wing stat sheet as well, Robbie.
Yeah, he's been a very pivotal part of this comeback after Myrtleford kicked the first 2 goals, Blake.
They've kicked the last 3. Those inside 50 numbers as well, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, 11 inside 50s to Myrtleford 6.
So they're starting to own the territory, the Pigeons, and here they go again. Wiley, did he get grabbed high? Umpire says no. He is starting to be a real problem inside for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. So a ball up. Howe taps it down, read beautifully by Del Bosco, has to get rid of it. Stung holding the ball.
Yeah, he's in trouble there. Tried to fend, didn't he?
Yep. As soon as you try and fend, you give up your prior opportunity, Robbie.
Yeah,
that's why you didn't fend too much back in the day, did you?
Nah, didn't have to. You could get through traffic, mate.
Get through traffic. So
Or
Cam
avoid traffic.
would have happy just getting a couple of kicks.
Yeah.
So Cam Wilson is the recipient of that free kick. Kicks to half forward. Jacobs over this footy. In fact, it was Horrigan. He copped one high, your boy Horrigan.
Yep.
The hooligan for Myrtleford, and he kicks across goal to Riley Booker. Myrtleford 2-1-13. Yarrawonga 3-3-21 of the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. They tried to switch the footy, put Hugh Wales under a lot of pressure. Williams there for Yarrawonga. Chips over the top.
Empty head.
Pendergast, empty head marks it. He looks inboard. Oh, coming over the top there was Capillari. Forced a good defensive error there for the Pigeons. Curtis's handball was intercepted by Mark Wiley, who snaps and goals. As simple as that. Mark Wiley kicks a steel line goal today. He is on fire, and Yarrawonga have 4 on the bounce. 4-3-27, Myrtleford 2-1-13 on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. Chriso, we played 20 minutes.
Yeah, beautiful kick there around the body there by Mike Wiley, and he's earned a bit of a spell on the bench. Never understood that one, but yeah, they're dominating at the moment, aren't they? And Fothergill was quite lucky to get up because he came down really hard on his back in that contest there. Very courageous.
Mark Wiley, boys, he's up to the 9 touches now on the 40-wing stat sheet, and he's kicked a goal. He's just absolutely dominating this affair here.
I reckon Simon Curtis must have thought that was his mum.
Must have.
And Mother's Day present, handball it in. It was Mark Wiley. Bang, knocked it through for a goal. Courage was Wilson. Put his head over the footy. And he might be a contender for the ultimate fastest tough nut. With that sort of performance, he was as good as anyone on the ground last week, Cam Wilson. Hasn't seen a lot of it yet. McCarroll had a swing, and that was a handball from Wilson. Intercepted by Capillari. Kicks it inside forward 50. Here's a chance. Handball release. Winter Irving already kicked 2. Here's Booker. Dangerous. Handball intercepted. Well read by Jordan O'Drive off half back. Kicks it towards centre wing. Bounce will be critical here. Logan Morey didn't get a good one. Geez, that's a good tackle. Oh, no, it's not. It's got him high. And Jake Sharp's back. He'll get his first kick at his return. Good on you, Sharpie.
That's what we love to see. Him putting his head over the pill. They've missed him so much, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Jake Sharp, long kick might bring a bit of rain. Austin Wicks down there at half forward. Was tackled by Howe. Wicks goes in again. They're having a crack here, the Saints. Picked up by Jacobs. Done really well to get out of traffic. Riccardi picks it up for the Saints. His kick was partially smothered. Look at the Yarrawonga Pigeons defence. They work it out by hand. They move the ball so quick. Ryan Bruce kicks to half forward. Well done, Horrigan, trying to take the intercept mark. Lee Williams runs onto it for the Pigeons. Clever. An open 50. He kicks the banana dribbler to Timmy Lawrence. He's there. He's going to run onto it. Great Yarrawonga Pigeons footy. That is a steel line goal today. Timmy Lawrence has got 2. They were on half-back. Now they're kicking goals, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, Horrigan was really unlucky. Just about held onto that mark. He was 1v2 and Williams ended up with the ball. It was a beautiful kick along the ground. Just sort of set it up so it bounced in front of Lawrence there for his second. So great play there, Pigeons.
Really, really concerning, boys, how quickly Pigeons could get it from one end of the ground to the other. That was just really good, methodical football there. Great finish there by Lawrence and a great setup by Lee Williams. And they've gone inside 50 12 times this quarter to Myrtleford 7 on the 40-wing stat sheet. Robbie?
You know what Lee Williams was doing then? He was playing FIFA. That was a through ball.
Yeah.
That was a
He's
through
pressed
ball.
triangle and he's just going straight through.
That is the Watters player of the day continuing. That was absolutely brilliant. He is such a smart operator. It was beautifully weighted. Chris Mitchell played a bit of sock in his day. You would have loved a through ball like that, wouldn't you, Mitch? Put it in the back of the net.
Absolutely loved it. I preferred it in the air for a big header.
You'd take it any way you could, I heard. Here's Wilson. Kick off the ground. Ryan Bruce is there. So is Hilton Joyce. Now their chance coming. Capillari got a good handball back towards Riccardi. Riccardi kicks the ball inside forward 50. Here's Riley Sharp. Handball though under pressure. Chance for Hilton Joyce here. Tracking the ball. Well done, Masters. Jordan O'Dwyer's been good today. Another intercept kick. Oh, it's not a good one. And it's gone the way of Simon Curtis. He marks 37 metres out direct in front. And Simon needs to kick this one to repay the faith from the previous end.
Well, the ball couldn't be in better hands, could it? And Curtis has managed to move forward a fair bit in this game and played a hand in both of those goals so far for the Saints. So we'll line up directly in front. Much needed goal here for the home side.
Here he comes. Simon Curtis, 40 out. Kick on the way. He likes it. He loves it. Good finish, Simon Curtis. Myrtleford get their third. Margin back to 14 points. Good game of footy. What have we had? 7, 5, 8 goals kicked now. This is good stuff here. It is 33-19. Yarrawonga lead, and that is on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. We're doing this one for A-grade oils and batteries. Dan, you're looking at me as if you've got something.
We are just going to quickly go around the grounds at the moment, Robbie. So here it's obviously, 33-13, but then at Wangaratta Rovers, WJ Finlay Oval, it's 8-14 in favour of Albury. Lavington 9 to North Albury 11, and Wodonga Raiders 6 to Wangaratta 32.
Around the grounds from Dan Vaccaro. Hope you're enjoying the action on 15-6-3-E, O&M Optus TV. It's the Saints and the Pigeons. Round 6, Ovens and Murray action. 14-point lead here to the Pigeons. The hospital hand pass put his teammate under pressure. The umpire wasn't buying it.
How good's Brody Riccardi been this year, guys? Obviously in the O&M squad, but have an outstanding season in the guts for the Saints.
7 touches today as well for Brody Riccardi.
So a ball up in the middle. Coming through here with courage was Jacobs. Dribbling kick to half forward. Clean bowled all of them over the head of Masters. Lovell, the first one back there for the Pigeons. Flicks it back to Casey. His clearing kick is a beauty. Willie Wheeler had to sit under the footy. Riley Forrest just put him under a bit of pressure. Morey with a beautiful left foot kick to half forward finds Howe. He swings around on his right foot. He's a beautiful kick for a ruckman. Look at that. Oh, Lawrence just dropped it at the last minute. Maybe the sun was in his eyes. The Pigeons pick it up anyway. They kick it to half forward. Ryan Bruce marks it. He's got a man over the back. It's Fothergill. And he's deep in the right forward pocket, 20 metres out on a slight angle as Nick Fothergill.
Clinical, isn't it? Clinical movement of the footy. You won't pass this off.
No way. No way.
Very clever footballer, just fine space. But I think Lawrence is the big one for me. He's work below his knees at the moment. Those little pickups and handball receives in the forward 50, damaging at the moment.
He's kicked 13 goals so far as a midfielder, Nick Fothergill. You can put him down for 14. He is an absolute star in this competition, is Nick Fothergill. The Pigeons have 6 first quarter goals, 6-3-39. Myrtleford 3-1-19. The margin is back to 20 points on the Paulie's Corner Cafe scoreboard. So we tick up to time on in this first quarter for A-grade oils and batteries, Dan Vaccaro.
Absolutely, Panda. They're really dominating here, Yarrawonga. Myrtleford hasn't been without Myrtleford being good, but the Yarrawonga Pigeons, they're up to 14 inside 50s, and they've had 7 marks inside 52, so they're going at 50% inside the 50 with their marks. And Mark Wiley, as we said, he's been best on ground. He's just come back from the spell, and he's up to the 9 touches on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Howe goes up, got a clever tap, intercepted well by Curtis. Kicks it inside 50, ball will bounce in front of Masters. Chance here for Myrtleford, handball over the top here for Wales. Did he get a push? Play on's a call. Ryan Bruce gets hold of it now. Lovell and Wales have a bit of a scuffle in the background. Comes to centre wing. Here is Willie Wheeler, and he'll wheel around. Plays on, he'll drive it long towards half forward. They've got numbers from behind here. It's going to fall the way of Cam Wilson, though. He needs to gather. Can't at the moment. Under pressure from the hooligan. Inside handball was okay from Fothergill to Wilson now intercepted. Good work by Austin Wicks. Gee, there's a lot of pressure there. Good work, Capillari. Brilliant hands. Back to the hooligan, and they kick it into the middle of the ground.
They do. Sam Hilton-Joyce first there for the Saints. Just left the footy behind. O'Dwyer came through with courage. Beautiful play by Jordan O'Dwyer. Kicks to space. Empty head Pendergast, the first one there. Great tackle there by Huey Wales. Alex Jacobs helping out in defence. His kick was partially smothered. It was brilliant work out there on the far side by Tanner Nyholm. Inside 50, the Pigeons go, and it's empty head Pendergast who marks 50 metres out. Tied up against the boundary, and he kicks it to the hot spot. Lee Williams is down there. Read it better than anybody else. Sitting out the back in a paddock of space. Marks at the top of the goal square. Chris O?
Yes, what do you say about that, Panda? It sort of went over everyone's head. He was there all alone by himself in the goal square, which you sort of got to have some body on him. So they just didn't read it very well, the Saints defenders.
It's turning into a bit of a cricket score, isn't it, Robbie McKinlay? So the Pigeons have 7 opening quarter goals. Lee Williams has got 2. And they go to 45, 7-3-45. Myrtleford 3-1-19. It's a 26-point margin deep into this first quarter, 27 minutes played on the Macca's time clock. Dan Vaccaro, what are those inside 50 numbers, please?
Yeah, it's getting pretty evident now, Panda. So Yarrawonga Pigeons, they're up to 17 inside 50s, and Myrtleford have had the 10. So 7 more inside 50s, but they've taken 9 marks inside forward 50 Yarra. So that's where the dominance is starting to show, where Myrtleford have only taken the 3 as well. So it obviously helps when you have a star like Lee Williams, but Yarrawonga playing really good football at the moment.
Read it like a Japanese dictionary, the Myrtleford defenders there, Panda. They just didn't quite get it sorted.
It was pretty ordinary, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think poor old hooligan lost a bit of balance. Here's Willie Wheeler. They go forward again, another inside 50. How about the kick? Coburn will come around his left here. Oh, he didn't quite pick it up. He was at the tuck shop and he had the bag of lollies before he paid the money, Panda, and he missed the boat. Then it'll be a ball up about 30 metres. What are you laughing at?
It was a great analogy. Great analogy.
I'm still laughing at the Japanese dictionary.
30,
That's great.
35 around for the Yarra Gold. We've gone 28 and a half minutes, Macca's time clock.
That's what you get for the Old Town and Country Tavern from one of the best, Robbie McKinlay, as the siren blows here at the McNamara Reserve to end, well, a high-scoring affair in this opening quarter. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints 3-1-19. Yarrawonga Pigeons 7-3-45. It's a 26-point margin. You're pretty happy if you're a pigeon flying around the northeast of the border at the moment. We're going to take a break. Second quarter on the other side of this. On R&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero. Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
inspiring,
hands-on,
flexible, fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
It's round 6, SSNA Ovens and Murray. You could not ask for a better day across the northeastern border, wherever you are, here on 3 and 8. Beautiful blue skies. Dan Vaccaro, some of the Opta's best players in that opening quarter, please.
Thanks, Panda. Look, Pigeons really dominated by the Pigeons, but so probably on the back of Mark Wiley. He's Opta's quarter's best for mine. He had 10 touches. He was so pivotal in that centre clearance. He would have gotten 3 centre clearances that quarter. And the other one as well is Lee Williams. He was fantastic. I think he's kicked 2 goals, 1 that quarter. He looks to be the leading spearhead for the day. And then for Myrtleford, I thought Brodie Riccardi was probably their best player. He had 8 touches. He looked really positive trying to drive that Myrtleford ball inside 50 as well. And along with Mitchy Del Bosco and Simon Curtis, they've been okay in the midfield. They've only had 5 touches each respectively. That's where you think they're going to need to lift in that second quarter, Robbie.
What about the man that kicked 2 goals, Winter Irving? No love for him?
No.
Bang! Bang! All right.
Joe the Goose.
Hopefully there's a bit more love for our man Chris Mitchell down on the boundary for Waters. He's been snooping around the various huddles. I think he's at the Myrtleford Alpine Saints huddle at the moment. He doesn't have his headphones on, does Chris Mitchell. I tell you what, guys, this has been a long quarter time. A really long quarter time. We've just heard the second siren go. Both teams are in their huddles. What is it, 6-7 minutes?
I think they allow less than that, actually.
Okay.
So
I know it's 7 minutes in the AFL. We will go down to Chris Mitchell. Boundary side for Waters. How were the coaches at quarter time?
Yeah, well, they're still talking to the players, but I'm going to walk off the ground, boys, and give you a bit of a wrap. But started with Stevie J. He was really disappointed with the start of that quarter. Unnecessary turnovers, unnecessary risks. Knows they're going to end quarters well. Wants them to lower their eyes a bit more, those 20-metre kicks, rather than blazing away those 45, 50-metre entries. On the flip side, Funky Miller, not too impressed, as you could probably imagine. Leaders need to stand up, he said. Defenders need to get across and help Huey Wales out, so Lee Williams isn't isolated and doesn't keep tearing this game apart.
And Mitch, I saw you having a quick chat there to Michael Gibbons, who's out there having a kick with a couple of young kids. What's his update?
One of our favourites, Big Gibbo. He's nearing putting the jumper on again, Robbie, so he's probably a couple of weeks away. I think Interleague bye, and then they've got the North Albury bye, the Corowa Rutherglen bye after that. So in a few weeks, I think probably next game, we'll see him in Pigeons colours, which is great news.
That is great news. You know what, guys? One thing has been disappointing the last year and a bit. We haven't seen enough of Michael Gibbons, Paul Bugger, with injury. When he does, he could just be something. If he gets fit, fully fit here, Michael Gibbons will tear this comp apart.
Yeah. You got a Morris medal waiting for him, I think. Around the grounds really quickly at the moment. Wangaratta Rovers taking on Albury. Albury led that one by 5 points, 20-15. I tell you what, not too many goals at the Lavington Sports Ground. Lavington 5 behind, so their kicking woes continue. North Albury are 1-6. That looks like a real poxy game of football. So North Albury lead that one by 7 points, and it's getting ugly at Birrelea Park between Wangaratta and the Raiders. The Magpies lead that one 52-7.
Explain that, Dan Bacara. You're big on your stats. At the Lavington Sports Ground, perfect conditions, perfect ground. What is it?
11 points kicked in total.
One goal, 11.
I don't know, Robbie. I don't have an answer.
Maybe. I mean, we know there's some bugs on this app or whatever, but hopefully that is the incorrect score. But yes, North Albury and Lavington not kicking too many goals. Here at the McNamara Reserve, it's Yarrawonga by 26, and here's Robbie McKinlay for Wangaratta Motor Group.
Thank you, Panda. Look forward to your school musical review at halftime. Can't wait for that after last night. Capillari, gee, I like the look of this. Though he's put up a high up and under for the winger to chase it. Jake Sharp did well. He just got a couple of players out of the road and he opened up proceedings there for Curtis. Handball was good. Hilton Joyce went wide. One way, went back. The other, snap on goal. Just misses to the left-hand side. And that little 1% of there from Jakey Sharp. That's experience. You can't buy it, Panda. And that's what Jake Sharp adds to the side. Gee, that would have been handy. 3-2-20 Myrtleford. Yarrawonga 7-3-45. The clock hasn't started on the scoreboard. I'll make a move and start our one.
Yep, we've played 30 seconds. How about that?
That'll do me, Panda. That's how I roll.
On the Macca's time clock. Of course, on O&M Optus TV, though,
yes,
the time clock is going. But here at the ground, it's not. So we might be a little bit out if you're watching on the O&M Optus TV. Pendergast dived on the footy. Did well. Won his own footy. Hand passes to Curry. Beautiful. Mark there by Hilton Joyce. It wasn't paid. He came over the top.
Looked like he came down with a footy too,
yeah.
But not paid.
Not paid. Ball up in between true centre wing and half forward. Here at the McNamara Reserve, the Yarrawonga Pigeons emerge from the stoppage. Beautiful kick to half forward. Looking for Pendergast, and it was Sharp onto Jacobs. And he goes really short. Finds Capillari. In fact, it's Bedendo. Addison Bedendo, who goes short to Jake Sharp, the former coach. They got a player on the far side here.
Great
if
kick.
Sharp can find him, it's Lockie Horrigan in a lot of space at the McNamara Reserve. He kicks to half forward. Riley Sharp out the back. Second option. Kicks it to a hot spot. Out the back, Bedendo. Fronfelder just left the footy behind. Bedendo there as well. Trying to find a teammate. Gets it back to Booker. Left foot snap. And it's across the face. So the Saints can't make the most of another inside 50 entry. 3-3-21 they go to. Yarrawonga 7-3-45. That is on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard on 3Ne's O&M Live. We have played 2 minutes of the Macca's time clock.
Just a couple of half chances, hasn't there been, for the Saints to make some inroads on the scoreboard, which is 24-point differential at the moment.
Not insurmountable. They just need to make the most of these chances and try and lock it in because Yarra move the ball so quickly, don't they?
Now, Fraunfelder accepts the kick in, and he kicks it to half-back. Here's Lockie Howe just lurking around the footy. He got tackled. Won't cause a turnover. Mark Wiley, clever, gathered. Broke one tackle, snuck around the rest. Here's Cam Wilson, gathered. Inside handball was good to Coburn. Oh, that is great vision. Coburn's kick. Here, they've got numbers here. Einspawn's running alongside here. Forge. Jack Forge's handball is good. What about the chase from Jake Sharp?
Brilliant.
He came from nowhere. He kept running, and Jake Sharp has dragged Einspawn down just as he's about to have a shot on goal. That is a Waters player of the day, Panda. That'll take a bit of beating. Unbelievable stuff from Jakey Sharp.
Inspirational.
What about his start to this quarter?
Yep, from a man who hasn't played football. He's played 9 games in 4 years, Jake Sharp. That is brilliant. And a team in the centre square, Simon Curtis. He's going to go across goals. Here's Forrest. Has it at true centre half back. Oh, ordinary kick out really, really wide, but it might work out for Ferguson. This is Nick in the bright blue boots. Another aggressive kick inboard, looking for Hilton Joyce, just left it behind. The half-back line here from Yarrawonga, work it out through Einspawn. He goes out wide to Ryan Bruce, and he marks on centre wing. Plays on straight away. Cam Wilson left it for Curry, and he's going to pump Yarrawonga inside 50. Robbie?
He does that. Williams is his target. Well, Wales is wrestling with him. Play-ons are cool. Good umpiring. They're both having a bit of it there, Panda. And I reckon that's all they have to do in that situation, umpires. You're both holding. Just say that.
The Saints need to not get caught up in playing Yarrawonga's style of that run and carry, that quick ball movement. and that's just going to play into the likes of Bruce, of Casey, and of course Lee Masters.
Dewey Walesford there. He instigated that little chain of handballs that comes up over the top now. Little up and under kick there. No idea who that was. As the ball goes out towards half forward now. And that's number 27 on the ground now for Myrtleford. And if you can identify that, Panda, you're a better man than me.
I'll do my hardest, Robbie. There's a few little jumper changes here.
I'm going to call him Ablett, that fella.
Okay, let's call him Ablett then.
I'm going to call him Ablett. 40 years ago tomorrow to the day, Gary Ablett debuted here.
Yarrawonga 7:3:45, Myrtleford 3:3:21. We've played 3.5 minutes in this second quarter as Austin Wicks marks an incoming ball in defence for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. The boy from Bright. Interesting clearing kick. Kicks to a one-on-one. Martin with real strength wins out against Ironspawn. Now he's a left footer. The reigning best and fairest winner. Kicks to centre wing. There was a grab there on Bedendo. Umpire didn't see it. Thought he was pretty stiff. Yarrawonga move it forward. Down the wing. Wilson on to Wiley. Kicks it to Williams. One out. Beautiful kick. Up against it, young Wicks. Williams! A steel line goal today. Off the side of the boot. He meant every bit of that, Lee Williams. Yep. That is a brilliant finish. He's got 3. Yarrawonga got 8. 8:3:51. Myrtleford 3:3:21. We played 4.5 minutes in this second quarter for Wing Motor Group, Chris Mitchell.
Yeah, Wicks didn't do a lot wrong there. It was goal side and, running alongside there. Williams from great build-up work there by Mark Wiley, but got a little bit of a don't argue and doesn't need much space to get a boot to the ball. So that's number 3 from 5 attempts for a big Lee Williams.
Again, just having a hand in the score, which is a really positive start. Myrtleford started the quarter as well, just like last, but Yarrawonga just coming back here. They're up to the 4 inside 50s to Myrtleford's 2 on the 40-wing stat sheet.
Hope you're enjoying the coverage wherever you are right around the world. Australia, Panda's had a message from a bloke in Mudgee.
That's no joke.
The male model from Mudgee might be Kenny Callender. Who knows?
Could be Shrek or Princess Fiona from last night's musical, Chriso.
It could be someone from Galen College giving you a bit of feedback. Here's Mitch Del Bosco. Oh, kick was smothered by Howden. Del Bosco ran over the top of him. Cam Wilson got a handball to Harry Wheeler. Backing up was Ironspoon. Got a nice release to Ryan Bruce. Bruce now got it to Logan Morey. Back to Ironspoon.
Good
kick. Kick is okay. Up he went. Howe. He's going to get a free kick. Oh, you can hear the disappointment in the Myrtleford crowd. Logan Morey's kick's a good one. Finds Ryan Bruce. Here comes the super boot. Matt Casey down to Williams. Good defence. Well done, Jacobs.
Yep.
And he got it over the boundary line. Throw it in. Yep. The male model from Mudgee will be next. It's Panda Blake Escott. Who is that, Panda?
I'm not sure. Mudgee. Who's calling me from Mudgee at 2:46 on a Saturday arvo?
You know he's calling the footy. Might have a tip for you.
He might do. Might have to get onto it. Beautiful setting on the R&M Optus TV. Mount Buffalo in the background. Here's Tanner Nyholm. Hand passes it to Wilson. Screws it back to the hot spot. Any one of those pigeons could raffle it. Timmy Lawrence couldn't mark. He couldn't bring it down.
Went straight through his fingertips.
Straight through his hands. And there's a free kick here to the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
It's Ablett. That's 27.
I have no idea who
Call him Ablett.
In fact, it's Tyler Harrington. That's who it is. Tyler Harrington for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints.
Tyler Ablett?
Tyler Harrington.
He's 27.
He won a good free kick. He exits defence. Riley Sharp in a tussle there with Lockie Howe. Capillari tries to just kick it out of midair. Clean bowled Winter Irving. And Matt Casey is the first one back here for Yarrawonga. He's got a lot of time and space, does really well. His kick not great though. Riccardi got a fingertip on it, but it spills out the back to Willie Wheeler. The Pigeons by 30. We have played 6 minutes in this second quarter.
Howe, chipping kick, half forward. It goes inside forward 50. Martin takes it back out. Wicks kicks it high up and under. Here's Winter Irving, sits underneath it. Here's a chance now for Nyholm. Gathered it. He did well. Got it backwards. They'll kick it long down the line now. It's not a great kick, though, and it's going to be intercepted here by the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. And number 12 there is... Bedendo. And he kicks it to Sharpo. And Sharpo gets knocked over. And umpire says, no, that's okay. Sharp goes short. That kick looks all right off the boot. Panda. Push, was it? Yes.
Definitely, yep.
Yes, it was. Advantage going to be played? No. I know a lot of blokes who would have played on there and had a snap, but it's going to be a free kick go the way of Winter Irving. What did you see there, Mitch?
Yeah, he was just sort of launching at the ball, both feet off the ground, and got a little bit of a nudge in the back there. So, yeah, not a big one, but it was definitely there, I think.
He's already kicked 2, Robbie, the big Winter Irving, the boy from Seymour.
I think he's been good.
Yep.
Our mate on stats from Waters didn't give him a hell of a lot.
No.
As we were reflecting back on proceedings from the first quarter. Irving to kick 3. Winter Irving comes in and bangs it through. You can see the shadow in front of the post, Panda. It's snuck through. A handy goal there to the Saints. Just what the doctor ordered. 1 goal each this quarter, Panda. At quarter-time score. It's still around about a 4-goal margin, which is quite interesting. 27-51, in fact. And that's 6 minutes gone. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
Dan Vaccaro, you're rating Winter Irving's game now?
Yeah, good finish by Winter Irving there. So keeping Myrtleford in the contest just, but a really good performance this quarter by Sam Martin. He's had 4 touches. He's almost looking like he's playing a little bit off half-back, so he's looking really dangerous. And Tom Capillari's touched it 3 times, but he's been really, really efficient this quarter on the 40-wink stat sheet.
So Winter Irving's got 3 of Myrtleford's 4 goals.
Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Not sure what else you can do.
Back in the middle of the ground. 27 plays 51. So the Saints still having a real crack in this O&M live game.
If you kick 75% of a team's goal, would you'd be expecting a bit of a rap, wouldn't you? A bit of love?
Yeah, you would from our 40 winks man, but that's okay. Last time Dan was here, he called the game over at midway through the third quarter.
Did too.
Myrtleford did go on to win by a point. No, that's why he's the number 1 stats man. Oh, Tanner Nyholm caught one around the chops there, and he is down. So Chris O, watch that.
Hasn't moved much.
No, he hasn't moved much at all. Here's Tyler Harrington, left foot kick inside 50. Oh, had to be a free kick there. Yep, umpire has paid it. The non-officiating umpire has paid it to Declan Bren. So I don't think there was anything too malicious in that incident with Nyholm. He just caught one in the noggin, but he stayed down. So the trainers are over there on that far side. Declan Bren has the ball just outside 50 here for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. He's kicking to the town end of the McNamara Reserve. This to bring the margin back to 3 goals. He kicked a very important goal against the Wang Rovers. It was the match winner in the end.
Whoa.
Loads up from 50, gives it a big hoist, and Booker takes a Mawson's concrete mark of the day on the goal line. Riley Booker. In fact, it's Addison Bedendo. Well done, young Addison. So the former Thirds captain, he's going to line up from the goal square. Almost took it unopposed in the end.
This is what they did against the Rovers?
Yeah, they just stayed in it. So Addison Bedendo bangs through another. And Chriso, the Saints got them, or they got multiple goals for the first time since the opening couple of minutes in this game.
They actually look really dangerous when they get it down there. It's not all that often, but they've nearly scored either a goal or a behind every time they've had a forward 50 entry, which is a little bit concerning for Stevie J. So getting a few more clearances, and that's working their way forward, but maybe that's the scoring end, boys.
Just a quick around the grounds too, boys. Wangaratta Rovers 22 plays Albury 32 in Wangaratta, and I'm hearing some news that Isaac Muller has been knocked out with concussion. And then over at Lebanon Sports Ground, 19-13 in favour of Lavie over North, and 66-7 Wangaratta over Raiders.
There we go. And we might get you to keep an eye on the Nyholm, just came off too, Mitch. He just went to the interchange there for just see how he's going. Yeah, no worries, Robbie. I'll get onto that straight away for you. Thanks, Mitch. He might be just doing that right now.
He might be. He might have just turned his headphones
off. He's a good operator, our man. Here's Einspawn. Gee, that was clever. Out to Jackie Forge. Pumps it to half forward. Mark missed there. Timmy Lawrence did well. Here's a go for Coburn. Gave it back to Ryan Bruce towards the goal square. Williams has got the sit, and Williams marks. When Lee Williams gets room like that to move and juggle and time his run, it spells danger.
Yep, it was too deep there, Dan, wasn't he? But just too strong, too tall. When he can reach up and grab the ball at the highest point like that, he's unstoppable.
You could just see him just waiting for that ball to drop, and his timing was just perfect, and he's in some good form, Lee Williams.
He's kicked 3 already, the same as Winter Irving, both being significant contributors so far. Williams, who went into this game with 23 goals, he comes in now and he has 27 for the season. Gets his 4th. 10 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. And Yarrawonga 57 lead, Myrtleford 33. Mitch, down to you for Waters.
Yeah, I think Noel Home is just on the bench there, just getting his bearings back. So I don't expect it's going to be too long before we see him back on the ground. I don't think he's gone down to the rooms, but I'll keep you updated there.
Good news. That's Chris Mitchell for Waters.
Really good finish there by Lee Williams, as we just saw his time in that marquee contest was fantastic. They're up to the 6 inside 50s, but Myrtleford right there with them with 5 as well in the marks inside 50. 2-1 this quarter on the back of a really good display by Cam Wilson. He's had 7 touches this quarter.
Yeah, he got back into it, hadn't he?
So back to a 24-point margin. Yarrawonga in control of this one. Cam Wilson inside forward 50 to that man again, Williams. Unstoppable when the delivery is as good as that from Cam Wilson. And Lee Williams will go back for goal number 5 from 45 metres out in a 45-degree angle.
Yeah, kick forward too. Beautiful clearance there at work by Cam Wilson. Not much Riley Forrest could do. He might be the new matchup for Williams, but on fire at the moment. Unstoppable.
So we've got a very good look at this one from our commentary position and your O&M Optus TV as well. Lee Williams, beautiful drop punt kick. It's just to the near side. So he's kicked 4 goals, 3. He's had 7 shots on goal, and we have played 13 minutes in this second quarter. So he is dominating this ball game. Yarrawonga 9-4-58, Myrtleford 5-3-33 on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard.
The hooligan kicks in nicely too. Finds Del Bosco. You could see the shadow this side of the goalpost, couldn't you, Panda?
Yep.
As that went past. Del Bosco goes short. Oh, there's a push. Oh, play on's the call. No, there is a push.
Good officiating.
There we go. Yep, good officiating from the non-officiating umpire and myself, the Big Mac.
Say officiating 10 times really quick, Robbie.
No, I won't. Del Bosco's got it. And he will try to get it out of defensive 50. Now, told to play on. This is getting a little bit messy here at the moment. Kick to Riccardi, put him under pressure. Coburn won it. Quick handball release to Fothergill. They'll kick it long. Einsborn marks in front of Williams.
Not
and
sure
he's just a
about
little
that.
bit filthy about that, Lee Williams. What are you doing there, young fella?
It was his ball. He was the one in front, I reckon, Ironspawn. It was just a beautiful kick in too. I mean, they could have raffled it, boys, but that was the danger spot.
They don't pay Ironspawn the big bucks, boys. Lee Williams is there to mark it. Get out of his way.
Blue boots Ironspawn. He want to kick it. Comes in. He said, that's how you do it, Leroy. Bang. Straight through the guts. He has got his first goal for the afternoon. And Yarrawonga have got their 10th. 10-4-64. Lead Myrtleford 5-3-33. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And we're doing this quarter for the Wangaratta Motor Group. A fine company, that indeed.
They are. Dan Vaccaro, some of our 40-wing stats leaders in the second quarter, please.
Well, Cam Wilson, boys, he's had 8 touches, and you just saw the clearance out there before to Lee Williams. Mark Wiley's quiet starts of this quarter as well. He's only had the 2 touches, and he had 10 in the first quarter.
Oh, you're giving Wiley a clip.
So he's probably got to work his way into the game a little bit more on the 40-wing stat sheet, boys.
Jeez.
Nye Holmes back out there, boys. Good news.
Good to see. Here's Mark Wiley on cue. Another clearance. Hand pass wasn't that great, though. Intercepted here by the Myrtleford Alpine Saints as a free kick holding the ball.
Jeez, I thought he was sort of dragged into the turf a little bit. But
I can see the headline.
I thought Waylon Wales was stiff there. Bailey Fronfelder won the free kick. Goes to Nyholm. And he kicks to Cam Wilson.
9th touch for Cam Wilson.
Stats man bashed in car
working
park.
his way into the game.
Here's a Myrtleford man. Dan Vaccaro at heart. Goes short to Logan Morey. He's got a lovely left foot kick. Williams! Oh, couldn't quite bring it down. Did all the hard work. Coburn's hand pass looking for Timmy Lawrence.
Yeah, Forrest actually got a fingertip to that one, so it was a very good defensive effort.
I reckon Timmy Lawrence got the shock of his life that Coburn handballed him.
I think he did.
I reckon there's history. Maybe Cobes is not a prolific handballer.
He was out of the field of play as this is tossed back inside forward 50 here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They lead by 31.
Well, Williams won the contest. It's bobbling around there, and Jacobs, all that missing there was the saddle, Panda. It was like the Myrtleford Rodeo. They could have thrown. I think is it New Year's Day, the Myrtleford Rodeo, boys?
Sounds about right, doesn't it?
Yeah, it used to be
Just
back in the day.
nod and say yes, Chriso.
I know that, Dan, thanks for your help there too, Dan. I thought you did come from Myrtleford, but obviously it was a shelter. Here's a go. Fothergill, left foot snap.
He was too busy
misses
making
the left-hand side, and away you go. So there we go. It's a point to Fothergill. 10-5-65, the Pigeons. Got a great pigeon story to tell you too later, boys. Myrtleford 5-3-33. About 15 minutes gone in the second quarter.
So Horrigan will bring the footy back in. And a bit of space out there on the back flank. Right back flank is Martin. Kicks a 9-iron up to the wing, and Riley Sharp marks it on the far side of the McNamara Reserve. Good luck finding a car park out there. Beautiful place to watch football.
That's a push, Panda.
Yeah, it is a push. So a free kick here to Mitch Del Bosco. He had his arms chopped, and he's on centre wing of the McNamara Reserve. 65 plays 33. Yarrawonga beating the Saints by 32 points. Del Bosco kicks short to Jacobs, plays on with space. This is good footy here by the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Winter Irving has it at half forward and he's going to pump him in.
He's been good, Winter Irving. Pumps it to half forward over the back. Masters missed one, went through the hands. Ball spills free now. Now the umpire's come in and he's called a ball up. Dan, you've got something there for me?
Yet to have disposal this quarter, Lee Masters as well, so that's very unlike
How many?
him. No disposal this quarter and 4 in the first.
Well, you haven't missed anyone today, Dan. Here's Myrtleford working on there's a free kick. I reckon this is good umpiring. You know what he's going to do, Pam? He's clearing the decks. Lee Masters. Put him down now, Vaccaro. He's heard you, and he said, get that one into you, Dan. And he kicks it to half-back.
Beautiful kick to the leading Lee Williams. Long way from home. Hand passes it straight away to the running man, Bailey Baz Frontfelder. He's taken 2 bounces. Didn't want to take a third. He's on centre wing. Beautiful kick out the back. Here's a bit of time for Ned Pendergast. Empty head. Hand passes here to Logan Morey. And Logan Morey kicks a steal line goal today. A beautiful finish there by Yarrawonga from one end of the ground to the other.
Casey Kasem.
And that's 11-5-71, Yarrawonga. Myrtleford Alpine Saints 5-3-33. The margin sits at 38. We've played 19 minutes on the Macca's time clock in this second quarter. Chriso, you won't see a better play today from the Yarrawonga Pigeons.
Coast to coast, wasn't it? Made it look really easy. It was a beautiful lead-up play there by Lee Williams, who found himself nearly on the other side of the ground, and great running play, obviously, by Baz Fraunfelder. The ball set up beautifully for Bruce, who kicked truly from directly in front, about 30 out.
Just about a Mawson's concrete player of the day, I reckon. They went coast to coast in about 10 seconds, boys. Fantastic work there by Bailey Fraunfelder, who's up to the 5 touches.
You didn't get the Casey Kasem analogy, lads? You're decades out, aren't you?
We're only 28 years old.
All right, here comes Martin. A lot of people listening, they'll know what I'm on about. Oh, Martin's kick's a beauty to Riley Sharp. He would have been played on 201 3 and 8. They used to have this thing on a Sunday called Casey Kasem's Coast to Coast.
Right.
Jeez. America's Top 40. So when you go coast to coast...
I was more of a rage man, Robbie. That's about as far back as I go.
Yeah, rage video hits.
Yep.
Your parents would know about it. Yeah. Anyway, to all you good people out there listening, there's one for Casey. I think he might have left us these days too. Casey. There's Rue Harris drops in after doing her fine walk out there in the netball, calling her and Tamara Matthews today. Big goal here. This one's badly needed. Riley Sharp. He's going to kick it from 42 metres. Kick on the way. He's got the journey. He's got the journey. He's got the distance, and accuracy goes with it. Big goal, Riley Sharp. Just what they need. And the margin now just comes back again to 71-39, so 32-point margin. 18 minutes gone in the second quarter. Dan, for Watters, what are you making about inside 50s this quarter?
Well, the inside 50 count now, Robbie, 440 winks is 10 inside 50s to 7 this quarter. So Pigeons not completely dominating the inside 50 count, but their ball use is just much more polished than Myrtleford, and they get a much-needed goal. Brodie Riccardi, he's had a quiet quarter. He's only had the 1 touch after having 8 in the first, so he's got to get back into the game and drive them forward.
Nice game of footy, Panda, isn't it?
It is. Back in the middle of the ground. Lockie Howe holding the ball.
Tried to take him on, boys.
Yeah, good call on the boundary. Chris Mitchell for Watters. They've been hot on that today. I think the umpiring's been really good today.
Very consistent.
Mitch Del Bosco gets the hand pass. Drill ball inside 50.
That's a mark.
That is a mark from Winter Irving. You won't see a better kick today from that, from Mitch Del Bosco. Winter Irving shouldn't have played on. He was under pressure straight away. A Yarrawonga Pigeon was standing right next to him.
Don't know how far he moved off the mark. I reckon that was a bit harsh, boys.
And there's a ball up, 55 metres out from Myrtleford's goal. They trail by 32 points. 39 plays 71 as we tick up towards the 21-minute mark on the Macca's time clock. That's on the CMV truck and bus scoreboard. And we've got a second stoppage now in the exact same location. 55 out from Myrtleford's goal. Here's Robbie McKinlay for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Yeah, she'll be shaking tonight.
Yep.
Down there. There's a bit happening. Here we go now. Quick clearing kick inside 50. Bedendo overran it. Out the back here. Good work. There was Masters, clears the ball. Here's a chance for Lawrence Gavers. He gave a look away handball to Coburn. Kicks it to Williams. Williams will mark. Now he'll go long here and let his teammate run onto it. He sees Logan Morey.
Good kick.
He did well. The young fella Ferguson lost his footing there at the vital time, Panda. And he fell over, and Logan Morey kept his feet, which is very important. He'll have a shot for goal. Chris Mitchell from about 40 metres out directly in front.
Yeah, beautiful player too. Nice left foot kick, and you'd probably back him in from here, I think.
Back-to-back goals here for Logan Morey. Sharp got one in between them. He is a nice kick, Logan Morey. That's a lovely kick. Look at that. That's why you use a drop punt. It is a beautiful kick. It's a good option. Pigeons 77, lead Myrtleford 39. 20 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. And that's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard. Dan, give me something.
Really fantastic work there by Yarrawonga to go coast to coast again. And as you just saw, Winter Irving he did really well in that contest, just turned it over and gave it back to Yarrawonga boys. So that's interesting. But yeah, look, Yarrawonga are really good. And they're off the half-back line are fantastic. And they're up to the 11 inside 50s now and 5 marks inside 50. Cam Wilson has the 8 touches on the 40-wing stat sheet.
They are the best transition football team in the competition.
Yeah, good way to put it, Panda.
From one end to the other.
Coast to coast.
With real speed. Coast to coast football. Good luck stopping that. Martin, his hand pass was half smothered by Wilson, who's been busy. Curtis came through like a steam train. Wobbler inside forward 50. That's why you play in front, because Declan Bren read it better than anyone, and he marked it on his chest in front of O'Dwyer. 35 metres out on a slight angle.
That's what happens when you get it in quickly, give your forwards a chance. He was playing in front. Beautiful mark and great clearance by Curtis.
Once again, not much defending going on in this game. Good. I like coming to the McNamara Reserve.
Good. Yep.
You see high-scoring football. Yarrawonga have kicked 12. Myrtleford have kicked 6, so 18 goals and a half. And we've only played 24 minutes in this second quarter for Wang Motor Group. So Declan Brand, beautiful drop punt, just sneaks it home and keeps the Myrtleford Alpine Saints in it. They go to 45. Yarrawonga is 77. That's on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard, so it's a 32-point margin. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
It's a really good goal by Myrtleford, and they're trying really hard. They're probably not doing a whole lot wrong at the moment. They're probably just lacking that little bit of polish going forward, but right there you just saw Declan Brent take a much-needed mark. They're up to the 10 inside 50s to Yarrawonga's 11, so it has been a really evenly spread quarter. Mitch Bosco's been a really solid contributor with 6 touches this quarter, and he's had 11 for the game, and Sam Martin as well. He's had the 7 this quarter as well. So good players really starting to have an output for Myrtleford.
You heard back from your mate from Mudgee, Panda?
No, I have not actually. I might have a voicemail though. I might have to check that one at half time.
This is that one at half time. Let us all listen in. Here's a handball, quick play on there by Will Ferrell or McCarroll. It goes to centre wing. His Capillari. Looks like, he's a nice little left foot kick. He finds Curtis. Now Curtis, still inside the centre square or thereabouts, which equates to about 80 metres out from goal. He's a little bit indecisive here, Simon. Oh, he just goes for a high up and under. Get amongst that. Winter Irving's one of the contestants. Ball comes to ground. Chance here for Bedendo. Run off the footy there. Good work by Frontfelder. He tracked his man nicely, and it'll be a boundary throw in the netball pocket. McNamara Reserve, around about 26 minutes gone. And Yarrawonga on the CMV Truck and Bus scoreboard leaves 77 to 45. Here's Panda for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
That will be rocking tonight. Good place to go and watch the footy. Couple of good games on tonight. Actually, don't even know who's playing. No, Brisbane and Essendon are playing.
I think
Carlton and the Bulldogs.
Yeah, you'd be going for the Blues, mate.
I'll be going for the Dogs, cheering on the Bombers.
Hate Carlton, don't you?
Absolutely hate them with a passion. Sorry if you are a Carlton fan. There might be a few of them here in Myrtleford. So inside forward 50.
Or Wangaratta.
Yeah, or Wangaratta,
where Panda lives.
For
what street again?
Phillipson Street. Inside forward 50 for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. We've got a ball up. Late stages in Mitchell and Dan Vaccaro coming through with pace here was Waylon Wales kicking inside 50. Well marked down there on the last line of defence by Lee Masters. He's got busy ever since Dan Vaccaro gave him a clip. That's usually what happens when our stats man likes to nail down on a quiet game.
Yeah.
Siren gone here at half-time of the McNamara Reserve. 12-5, 77 Yarrawonga. Myrtleford 7-3, 45. Another high-scoring quarter here on O&M Live. When we come back, our half-time show, all thanks to Elders Rural Elders Insurance to look over the first half here at the McNamara Reserve. We'll find some other scores out as well on the SSNA Ovens and Murray. Remember, on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Welcome back to O&M Live. We're from the McNamara Reserve for Mawson's Concrete halftime show. I am Chris Mitchell. With me is Dan Vaccaro. Dan, it is Yarrawonga leading 12-5, 77 to Myrtleford 7-3, 45. But it is a quite entertaining open affair.
It's a fantastic game to watch, Chris. So there's been 19 goals in the first half of footy, so that's always entertaining. It's been a bit of a strange one. I think Yarrawonga have been really good without being great, but I also think Myrtleford have been really good in patches as well. So they've done all they can. They're probably just lacking that little bit of polish, and the marks inside 50 are probably the evident one. Yarrawonga, they've gone inside forward 50 29 times. They've taken 14 marks, and they're up by that sort of 6-goal margin. So that's probably shows where Myrtleford have only taken the 7 marks in that half. So the potency going forward for Yarrawonga is standing out.
What do Myrtleford do to stop Lee Williams? He's got 4 goals, 3 from 7 shots. So, I mean, he's been unstoppable since when he's within range. But it looks like Forrest is probably playing on him that Hugh Wales started on Big Lee. But how do you see that matchup going? The ball movement up the field is where it's got to stop. But when you've got the likes of the Wheelers, you've got Cam Wilson sending the ball forward, Mark Wiley, it becomes a pretty potent mix.
Yeah, for sure. I reckon you just almost answered your own question there. You got to,
Sorry, mate.
You got to stop it at the source. So you've got to stop it in the midfield. You've got to stop their ball use. And if you're going to get, you got to get Lee Williams taking marks. Sort of, he's going to take marks. It doesn't matter who plays on him. He's almost AFL standard forward. So you've got to almost push him out as wide as you can and get him to have harder set shots. You don't want it coming in long, fast, and deep into that sort of goal square. And that's where they've got to cut it off at the source. They've got to stop that Cam Wilson, that Mark Wiley impact, where they can just put it literally on their heads. If you're going to put it on his head, get him out here and put it on their head on the forward flank or on a 45. Yep. That's probably the best thing you could possibly do.
Yep, send him wide, absolutely. Yep. And they've got plenty of, obviously, forward talent that can hit the scoreboard. Tim Lawrence didn't get a goal that quarter, but had 2 in the first. You also had Mark Wiley, Ryan Ironspawn, Ryan Bruce, he bobbed up with one as well. And Logan Morey, beautiful left footer. You don't want to give him too much space to move.
Logan Morey's a really good talent, and those other guys that you mentioned as well have been really dangerous throughout that whole first half, and they just work in really well with Lee Williams, and they don't have to. Lee Williams doesn't always have to be that focal point. They know that they've got talent if he's not having his day.
If we flip the coin to Myrtleford, they've been really entertaining. They're playing a brand of football that takes the other team on. They're probably a little bit more patient in that quarter, and then it allowed them to get a better look at it going forward.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chriso. And they play a fantastic brand of footy, and Craig Miller's got them playing a really, really exciting brand of footy. And yeah, you just saw that quarter. They had a crack. They probably just lacked that little bit of polish. Kyra into Irving's played really, really well. He's kicked a few goals. Brody Riccardi's a really smooth mover of the footy. Mitch Dubosco and Simon Curtis, those guys there. They've still got a lot of talent in their group. Myrtleford, as young as they are, they've still got that 4 or 5 really experienced type that can get them back into the game. At this sort of rate, they're still just within reaching point for the second half of mine. If they can get a couple of quick goals first, they can really set a sort of a challenge for Yarrawonga in the second half.
And Jake Sharp hasn't set the stats on fire, Daniel, but he's been outstanding. That run down, holding the ball decision in that first half was absolutely team lifting.
Oh, for mine, that was probably the most exciting part of the day, I reckon. That was unbelievable. We've had 19 goals, and I reckon I enjoyed that the moment the best. That was fantastic by Jake Sharp. He's only had 3 touches, but he's moved well and he's looked good, and that run-down tackle's worth about 4 or 5, I reckon. That was great.
Who else has impressed you from the Saints? They've been pretty potent going forward. Winter Irving's got 3. Riley Sharp's got 1 from really limited opportunities, and some great, obviously, defenders there. To Bruce and Casey. But they've made the most of the dangerous in that second term.
Yeah, they did. Blary, I actually really think he numbers today, but just every time he has it, he's almost probably a little bit similar to that sort of Jack Garish from Rovers, where if they get the footy, that's almost that 100-metre play where they can run 50 or 40 and kick it, another 50 metres. I really, really like Tom Capillari. Declan Brent's another one there. He really works hard on the wing, and then as you saw late in that second half, in that second quarter, he went forward and took a really good mark as well. So they've got some really good players. I also really like Hourigan. If you're going to sort of change up that defence, he's probably going to be a little bit undermanned on Lee Williams. However, he's a really big body and he's a really hard player, and he could probably run with him when he does try and get up the field a little bit as well, Lockie Hourigan.
Yeah, he's been pretty good, having a good season, Lockie Hourigan. Another player I like from the Saints is young Bedendo. I think he's shown a lot, bobbed up with a goal there too in the second term. Might get you to have a look at around the grounds scores as well, Daniel. Some other big games going on. One down the road at the WJ Finlay Oval. It is the Tigers in front there.
Yeah, it is. So at the WJ Finlay Oval, it is Wangaratta Rovers 3-7-25 to Albury Tigers 7-2-44. And the news I am hearing out of that is that, unfortunately, Isaac Muller, I think, may have gone off with a concussion. So in a marking contest, he's hit his head on the ground by the looks of the footage. So that's really, really sad to hear. And then at Lavington Sports Ground, it is Lavington Panthers 3-9-27 to North Albury's 1-7. They're kicking themselves out of it, Chriso, 13 there. So that's really disappointing for North Albury. They sort of have half a chance there. And then at Birrelea Park, there's not much of an affair going on there. So it's 1-3. Raiders are to Wangaratta 11-11-77. So they're really starting to assert themselves in the comp this year, Chriso.
They certainly are starting to flex their muscle. I mean, we're sort of a half a dozen games into the season now, Daniel. Wodonga has absolutely been on fire, but they haven't played Yarrawonga yet. How do you see the top 5 shaping up so far?
It's going to be really interesting come the second half of the year. I think there's still question marks on probably the Rovers in that top 5. I don't think they're gelling yet. We know that they've got the talent. They know they've got the players. I think if for mine, I think if you're asking me, the top 2 are going to be Labby and not Labby. They're going to be Yarra and Albury come the end of the year, and then I think it's going to be probably Wang Magpies, to be honest, and then Wodonga, and then that final 5th spot I reckon is going to be fought out between Rovers and Labby. So there's still a lot to play out this season.
Where's Wodonga's improvement coming from? They've had the list for a few years now under the not a new coach anymore, but started on fire. Their Achilles heel has probably been their starts and beating those teams around them when they're expected to win. That's starting to what they're doing at the moment, Daniel, and starting to build at the kennel nicely.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Chris. And I think the one big thing for Wodonga over the last few years is they've been capable of playing this type of footy, but they haven't been able to do it consistently. And that thing that they found this year is they're able to do that. They've probably got a couple of players into that club that have probably allowed more depth and really good strength. You look at a player like probably Nick Hines, who comes in, and he's not a superstar by any stretch, but he's a really, really good role player for them, and he adds another layer to their forward 50 craft as well. So they're just really playing consistent football. I think the one thing that they're missing is that absolute gun power forward. Hopefully Huddy Garoni is probably the one that they're obviously looking at every single year, but someone like him is really going to put them up, could even put them up with that Albury and Yarra sort of benefit, but they're a really good side at the moment. They're super organised down back, led by Tom Johnson. In my opinion, they've got the best fullback in the league in Charlie Morrison as well. So
outstanding
they're
player.
just a fantastic football team. But they are going to be without Angus Baker for a few weeks. He has broken his finger, so a couple of buys are going to help that, but yeah, he'll probably miss 2 to 3 games.
Thank you for mentioning the bye. That is next weekend, the Interleague bye, but you won't miss any of the action. We'll be calling the game here on O&M Live for the big game against the arch rivals in the GV League. So that is the Albury Sports Ground next Saturday. If we're looking ahead for round 7, Yarrawonga has the bye. Wodonga and Wang Rovers, North Albury and Myrtleford, and Wangaratta and Lavington. And to cap off the round is Albury and Wodonga Raiders. The Myrtleford Saints are back out on the ground. We're not too far away from getting underway. We might have a short break and we'll be back with all the action. Don't forget, on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
A Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTafe is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTafe is the place for you.
GoTafe is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Welcome back to McNamara Reserve in Myrtleford. We've had the half-time break. We've got both sides out on the ground in their respective huddles. Umpires are there. The kids are moving off the ground. The kids have had a cracking time here at half-time in this beautiful sunshine here in Myrtleford, kicking the footy out there. It's been a great thing. If you've just joined us, it's Yarrawonga 77 leading Myrtleford 45. Been an open game of football, Dan Vaccaro.
It has. It's been beautiful to watch, Robbie, on the eye. It's 19 goals scored that half, so you can't ask for much more than that. They've been really good. I think Yarra have been pretty good. I actually think Myrtleford have been really good in patches as well, Robbie. I think the one thing that we discussed at halftime that they've got to do is probably you're not going to stop Lee Williams marking the ball. Let's try and not get that entry as clear cut. Let's try and not get Wiley and Cam Wilson putting it down his throat or pumping it long. Get him into the pockets, get him onto the boundary. I probably think that's probably going to be the pivotal part of the game.
Hey, Chris Mitchell, boundary side for Waters. Mitchell, we saw Tanner Nyholm for Yarrawonga leave the ground during the second quarter. I'm not sure if he's back out on the ground, and it looks like there's only 3 going to the bench, so he may...
He's on the bench there, so...
Oh, good. That's good news.
Else missing, but yeah, He's on the bench there. Looks like he's fine.
That's good news. So, yeah, it looks like it might have been winded or something like that. It was a bit hard to see. It was on that other side of the ground, so... But if you've joined Lee Williams with 4 goals, he's looked really good. Today his marking's been powerful. He hasn't missed a beat so far. Kicked 4 goals, 3 actually, so they've had trouble manning him up, Dan Vaccaro.
Yeah, they have, and they've probably rotated a few blokes, so they've just got to see what's going to work. Wouldn't mind seeing Lockie Hourigan go to him for a bit. He hasn't been played on him yet.
All right, here we go. The third quarter action starting. It's for STY medals, and it'll be Myrtleford straight out of the middle through Wales. Kicks it high up and under, but that's a good judge mark there by Lee Masters at halfback.
Wouldn't be many in the league that read it better off the boot than Lee Masters.
He just does it so well. Ryan Bruce, that's a strong grab. Yeah, probably get paid a free kick. So that was Hilton Joyce who got that initial clearance out of the middle of the ground. And it was a very strong mark there by Ryan Bruce. He goes low. Bailey Thornfelder has sun in the eyes, but it doesn't worry him, Basil.
Only had 6 touches today, Bailey Thornfelder.
They've all been good ones.
Yeah, they're all counted. There's another nice pass back to Ryan Bruce. So just to start the quarter, it's been a little bit of Thornfelder, a little bit of Ryan Bruce, and here's a little bit of Blake Escott.
Up those stairs then. Take it out of you a little bit, actually. Ryan Bruce has kicked down the centre wing. Double fister was missed by their Riley Forrest, and it's out of bounds for a throw-in.
I was astounded. You told me earlier today that you weighed over the 100 kgs at one stage. I can't believe it.
I did actually,
now.
Robbie.
What were you doing with yourself in those days?
Not too short.
Partying in Colac, were you?
Yeah, partying in Colac. Drinking a lot of vodka cruises. All the fun things in life.
You would have been a cruiser type operator for sure.
Now I'm an 8:30 on a Saturday night operator, and that's okay. Capillari went hard, so did Cam Wilson. Austin Wicks is in there. Ball's just at half forward here for the Yarrawonga Pigeons. They're kicking to the town end. Picked up here by Myrtleford. They kick it to half forward. Masters is in front. And he takes an intercept mark. Comes out to the broadcast side. Cam Wilson, his numbers please, Dan Vaccaro.
Cam Wilson's about to have his 13th, boys.
It's been pretty busy. He's on centre wing. Left foot, plays it safe down the line, and it's marked right up against the boundary by Lockie Howe. We've gone a minute and a half in this third quarter. We're doing it for STY medals. Yarrawonga still lead by 32 points.
Lockie Howe's just shanked that.
Not on the same wavelength at all, him and Lee Williams then.
No, he put it out in front of him. The trouble is, was 30 metres in front of him and to the boundary line. Out of bounds, boundary throw in, 45 around from the Pigeons goal. They lead 77 to 45. That's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. As the boundary umpire flings it back in, a nice effort too. Wilson over it. Oh, gee, that was clever by Fothergill. Got it back to Wilson. Wilson's kicks a gem. Absolute beauty. A bullet pass from Cam Wilson. And he's found Ned Pendergast. I refuse to call him empty head because you never know who's listening. I just,
He nicknamed him that himself.
He gave himself.
Well, I'm not sure. He said that Michael Gibbons calls him empty head and the boys call him empty head. And he said he wasn't sure why.
And he was happy to go with wasn't sure why.
That probably explains it.
Well, here comes Ned. Ned's shot on goal. That is straight through the guts. Right over the old gold umpire's hat. He gives it the two fingers, like Panda just gave me, and the ball will be run back to the middle. A good start for Yarrawonga. 83 to 45 to start the third term for STY medals. Chris Mitchell, boundary side. It's just getting a little bit chillier down there too, is it?
I was just about to say the same thing, Robbie. We're in the shade here. It is a little bit chilly. Just sitting with one of the legends from Yarrawonga, Wally Breer. He's pretty happy with what he's seeing so far. Champagne football there from the Pigeons.
Really positive start this quarter by Yarrawonga. They probably haven't had that positive start in the opening first 5 minutes, but 2 inside 50 entries and 2 touches for Lee Masters and Cam Wilson as well.
So Ned Pendergast gets his first goal. That's his 6th for the year, the young fella, as Will McCarroll kicks it forward here for the Saints. And we're going to have another restart just inside the centre square. The Saints kicking to the Lake Buffalo, Mount Buffalo end of the McNamara Reserve. Yarrawonga kicking to the town end. Beautiful tap down from Howe to Wheeler, onto Wheeler. That's Willie now. Fakes one way, fakes the other way, shows a bit of can-do. Beautiful kick down the guts. Good play here by Yarrawonga. Braden Coburn pumps it long. Lee Williams out the back. Good fist there late by Riley Forrest. And beautiful little tap on there to Jake Sharp. The former coach kicks it down the line. Bailey Fronfelder in the posse. Up against Booker there. Well done, Bailey Fronfelder. Important one-on-one to win. Left foot kick to half forward. Chips it up to Williams. Oh, good fist there by the Saints defence. Jake Sharp's there first for the Saints, and he retreats by hand, and they work it out at half-back.
They do. They did really well there. McCarroll showed a nice bit of presence there. Flew high, took a big grab. Jack Forge.
David and Goliath, Robert,
yeah,
really.
well, I'm trying to give Will a bit of a lift there, mate. Back to Jake Sharp, and Sharpie just does a little wedge-type kick to Brodie Riccardi, but trouble is it's about a metre over the boundary line, right in front of the Yarrawonga interchange bench. It's busy. Here comes Nyholm back on the ground, and that's good news. Young Tanner, I reckon he copped one in the guts.
He did.
Panda, and he's recovered nicely. And all's well that ends well.
Exactly right. 38-point margin here at the McNamara Reserve. 83 plays 45. Yarrawonga lead. You hear Stevie J then said, Case, kick it to Basil. And he ignored him. Lockie Howe in front position. Good tackle there by Cam Wilson. Jake Sharp just uses his experience and sees it over the boundary line. Still just forward to centre here for Yarrawonga, who have kicked the only goal in this third quarter through Ned Pendergast. 83 plays 45. That's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. We've almost played 6 minutes. Robbie McKinlay for the Old Town and Country Tavern.
Yeah, not a lot happening. A bit like your trip to Lake Buffalo, Panda, wasn't it? Just
disappointment.
Yeah, disappointment. Here's Hilton Joyce. He's good with the footy. Got it out the back here. Now through traffic. Gee, look away. Handball by Huey Wales was intercepted by Willie Wheeler. Turnover is costly. And this is what they did last week. Wheeler found Williams. Oh, Williams' kick's not a good one. Now it works its way back to Williams. He screws it over his shoulder, high up and under, sitting underneath it as a Yarrawonga player couldn't take the grab there. Now it's out the back here. A quick shot on goal. Ryan Ironspawn, shot on goal. Misses to the left-hand side. Minor score. 13-6, 84 Yarrawonga. 7-3, 45 to Myrtleford. 6 minutes gone. Macca's time clock. Chris Mitchell, what do you got for us for Watters?
Made a lot of hard work of that one, but you've always been a numbers man, Robbie. And
yes.
You picked it early. There is a player missing from Yarrawonga. Can you guess who it is?
Mark Wiley.
Mark Wiley. Thank you, Daniel.
Do we know why, Chriso?
We believe maybe a bit of a calf complaint.
Okay. Of course, according to Gus McLeod, potentially leading the Morris medal, which is disappointing if you're a Yarrawonga Pigeon. He's right up there. He's in contention, is Mark. Angus Curry pumps the Pigeons back into attack. Good fist there by Forrest. Harrington brings it out of defence for the Saints. Riley Sharp a long way from home, leading up the ground to provide a target. Sees it over the boundary line at right half back. That's right. He's a centre half forward as he tries to jog back to his position. Boundary throw in, 60 out from Yarrawonga's goal. They kicked the only goal in this third quarter through empty head Pendergast. 84 plays 45. It's a 39-point lead to Yarrawonga.
Just nothing much happening at the moment. Here might be a bit of a chance here. Willie Wheeler with a little bit of class. Look away handball. Goes back to Frontfeld. Oh, bit of candy. Second bit of candy. And he drills it through for a steal. Ninth goal of the day.
Wow.
Well, we said there wasn't much happening. And Basil stepped up to the plate and said, have a bit of this, boys. And he rams it through. Their second for the quarter. That is outstanding. A potential Watters player of the day there.
That is
Absolutely.
a finish
There's
and
no
a half.
potential about it, boys. That's player of the day. That is unbelievable finish by Bailey Fraunfelder.
Can we call him the Candyman, boys? Because he just sold 2 sets of candies.
That is
That was
fantastic.
2 balks there. He had players hanging off him. Beautiful, just calm finish too, wasn't it, from Bailey? If anyone was going to step up when nothing was happening, it's Bailey
Beautiful,
Fraunfelder.
wasn't
Yep,
it?
and Panda called it early in the day. He hasn't had a lot of the footy, but all his touches have been really good, and that was quite evident there. He's had 8 touches for the day, and what a finish by Bailey Fraunfelder.
Would you give him a clip too, Panda?
No, I just said, no, I didn't. I said he
didn't
might not have
think
had a
he
lot
did.
of the ball, but they've all been effective. And that goal,
Yeah.
that is one of the goals of the year. To
Yeah,
balk
right.
like that twice and kick a sausage roll from 40, brilliant stuff. There's a free kick here. It's going to go the way of Myrtleford, is it?
Winter
It is.
Irving, yeah.
Winter
I'm going
Irving.
to say a bit of holding
Who
against
did cop
Casey,
a
but
clip.
they were both holding, so it's an interesting one. But yeah, Winter Irving's got the footy. He's directly in front, probably about 45 out.
So he's kicked 3 goals, Winter Irving. You could say he's had a pretty good day so far. Hasn't had too much of the pill,
Good day at the office.
but he's kicked 3. So this is for number 4 to bring the margin back to 39 points. Kick on the way. It's through for a goal. Winter Irving's got 4. The Saints now have 8. 8-3-51. Yarrawonga 14-6-90. 39 point the margin here on O&M Live, and that's on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro, 40 winks.
That's a really good finish there by Winter Irving. They're gone inside forward 50 twice this quarter, but Pigeons are really dominating this quarter, boys. They're up to the 6 inside 50s. Bailey Fraunfelder, as we mentioned before, he's had 3 early touches this quarter. Cam Wilson's got his hands in the footy twice as well, and Liam Masters has got his hands in the footy twice as well on the 40-wink stat sheet.
Yeah, good stuff from the big fella there. So Williams got 4 at one end and Winter Irving has got 4 at the other. So
I'll have to put that Basil Frunfelder goal on the O&M Live Facebook page, I reckon, Robbie.
yeah, okay. Yep.
See what the punters think.
That was unreal.
Yeah, I reckon Basil will give it a bit of
I
work
reckon
too,
he'll
won't he?
give it a
Eh?
fair bit of work indeed.
A little bit of love.
He loves a sausage roll, Basil. Best celebrator in the game.
Yeah, I didn't watch his celebration
I
after
don't
that
think
goal.
he did one.
He gave
double fist up.
He gave
Yeah.
a double
Double
fist up.
fist up.
Double
Can't miss
cobra.
that.
There we go then. Ball goes towards half forward for Myrtleford, and it's going to be like, oh, it's a bit of a slingies type throw tackle there. Free kick's going to go the way of Bedendo. Bedendo looks at his
Against Lee
options.
Masters.
He sees Winter Irving. He looks for him, and he can't get it. Iron Spawn over the back. Intercepted nicely by Riccardi. Snap on goal, open goal square. He needed the leg break, and he got an off break. And it's going to be a boundary throw in, Panda, adjacent the behind post.
Better result than a behind.
90 to 51.
Saints.
Yarrawonga lead. 10 minutes gone. Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. And that's on the Macca's time clock. Panda Bear,
Doing
give
this-
us some of your best. Come on.
I'll try my
I want
hardest,
you to
Robbie.
give me your minute of your best here. Just
All right.
give it to him.
I'll try my hardest for you, Robbie.
No pressure.
Well, good nudge there by McCarroll. Third quarter action for STY
Oh,
medals
I
here.
reckon, yeah.
Yeah,
There's a push.
100%.
Yeah, in the
Slam
back.
And there's a scuffle as well.
That's what this game needs, really, isn't it, boys? To be fair.
Yeah, a little Sammy Martin. Benalla blokes, they
Just
love
a
a bit of
little
that.
Well, he's a left footer, Sam Martin, and it's a free kick here to the Saints. And he's going to go back and take a set shot on a pretty tight angle, and he'll kick from about 40 metres. We are right behind this from our commentary position. And I know Travi and Sabina Cartwright on our camera for O&M Optus TV. Right behind this as well. Sam Martin brings the margin back to 33 points.
Delicious.
So they're still in this, the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, as the horns ring around the McNamara Reserve from the cars parked on the far side. They go to 57, Yarrawonga 90 on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. We have played around 12 minutes of the Macca's time clock, Dan Vaccaro, in this third quarter.
Thank you, Panda, doing it for 40 winks on the stat sheet. Sam Martin, a really good finish there. He's had 10 touches. He's been pretty effective today in the midfield, but really, really nice finish there. And Myrtleford just in almost striking distance. A couple more, Robbie, I reckon they're in.
You and I have seen a fair bit of them this year, and this is what we're seeing from Myrtleford. They just keep playing their normal game. They just keep having a go, attacking, taking the game on. They're happy to bring the ball back through the middle. I love the way they play. It's great stuff to watch. Good game of footy. Two sides really entertaining here in brilliant conditions. Harry Wheeler might have been held without the footy. Umpire said, he's tapped his shoulder and he's pointed the wrong way. Now there's a little bit of a dish. You've got your wish there, Chris.
Yeah, needs a bit of firing up, I think, these sides at the moment.
Looks like might be Hilton Joyce there out of the middle. Pumps it, long. Winter Irving, chance here. Oh, can't mark it. Here's a go for Booker. Riley, a clever little inside kick. Spectacular attempt from Sharp. Oh, Mitch Del Bosco showed the candy. Martin was the target, and he's going to give away 50 here, I reckon.
It was a bit silly.
He's not meant to sling him down like that. Ryan Bruce kicks it wide, and Fothergill marks.
No, he doesn't.
Free kick.
He gets a free kick. And then Curry wanted to play on with an advantage, and the umpire said, no, we'll bring it back.
He wanted to run through him.
He did. So Fothergill has it in front of the old scoreboard here at the McNamara Reserve. Kicks it.
Now this boy can
way
kick
back. He can punt a pill, can Matt Casey. That is exactly what he does, and he kicks it 65 metres, if you don't mind, out of defence. Ned Pendergast marks. And he wants to move the footy quick. Down the broadcast wing, onto Ironspine, onto the left footer, Bailey Fronfelder, who pumps it long. Inside 50 for the Pigeons. One end to the other again. Nyholm was crunched in a big tackle. Well done there by the Myrtleford Alpine Saints defence. Williams at ground level. Morey balls in. Over this football as well is Waylon Wales, and he's paid a free kick.
It was good football from both sides, wasn't it? Very hard at it. They got nice and low, but
all over him.
One out here.
Yeah, I think Waylon Wales just got in the back. That one was there.
Bit untidy.
Yep, it was just messy, wasn't it? And Logan Morey, wrong side for a left footer. That's to banana it. Bailey Fronfelder wanted it, and Morey has almost put it out in the full. In fact, it went across goals, and it's been marked by Ryan Bruce. He doesn't want to take the shot, and he passes it off here to Lee Masters. The defender has crept forward, and he'll line up 45 out in a 45-degree angle.
Well, they've got a big press on here, the Pigeons. There's no one over halfway for the Yarrawonga sides, but Masters, he's not known as a goal kicker. Let's see what happens here.
He kicked 6 in one game against the Raiders last year, I reckon, Lee Masters. Drop punt on the way is gun barrel straight.
Did not miss.
Steel line goal today. He can do anything. Both ends of the ground, Lee Masters. Yarrawonga got their 15th goal. 15-6, 96. Myrtleford 9-3, 57. Their margins back to 39 points on the Harvey Norman betting scoreboard. We have played 14 minutes, and the Macca's time clock in this third quarter, Dan Vaccaro.
Absolutely, Panda doing this one for 40 winks. A really good finish there by Lee Masters. A much-needed goal for Yarrawonga, as I just heard Stevie Johnson just tapping that wood in the coach's box next door, so he knew how important that was. Lee Masters, he's had 4 touches this quarter, and he's had 11 for the game, so really decent output by him. But Bailey Fraunfelder, again, he's had 4 touches this quarter, and every single one has been fantastic, Panda.
24 goals, absolute shootout between these sides, and credit to them. They're going down the corridor, and it's high-scoring, entertaining footy.
Stevie J might have been whipping one home at Flemington too, boys. Don't worry. Not necessarily happy with a goal. There's this extraordinary celebration about a goal. Sort of more.
He's up and about. I don't mind it.
Here's Curry. Oh, you're in trouble there, Curry. He dropped it. Here's Curtis. He pounced upon it. Goes long. Here's a good go. Oh, just missing attempt there. Kick off the ground for Riccardi, and now he's going to take it over the line, almost like a rugby league player. He shoveled it out over the boundary line. Great work from the goal umpire, Pan. He realised his little mate, the boundary umpire, was under the pump. He was about 60 metres back. An old mate with the flags, he took over. He said, "Just throw it in, young fella, when you get here," and well done.
Well, this young fella, the boundary umpire, he's got the sunglasses on.
Yeah, he's a cool operator.
He's a cool operator. Good young fella. Toss it back into play, a little bit short, but that's okay. Ned Pendergast just read it beautifully.
Oh, he should have marked that.
Kicked it out of mid-air. Ryan Bruce should have marked it at half-back for Yarrawonga. He just juggled it and let it go at the last minute. We've got a ball up, 55 out from Myrtleford's goal. Scoreboard side, in front of that scoreboard. It's a 39-point lead here to the Pigeons. Roving beautifully here was Hilton Joyce.
Great tackle.
Had to get rid of it quick. Ryan Bruce brung him down. Masters gets around Corey Southern. And it's a nice clearing kick. Finds Nick Fothergill at half-back. In front of that old scoreboard, we've played 16 minutes on the Macca's time clock. Yarrawonga still lead for STY medals, Robbie.
He's had a big quarter, hasn't he, Lee Masters? I'll get Dan Picari. He can do it now, actually. 40 winks. His stats this quarter.
Lee Masters had 5 touches this quarter, and he's had 12 for the game, Robbie.
And a nice goal too, and just a couple of intercepts marks at the start of the quarter. As the young boundary umpire, geez, he's had a bit of work to do here in the last minute or so. He could hardly throw it in. He had to run that far. That's a better throw. Well done, young fella. Empty head got it, and he tapped it straight to Willie Wheeler, who was... Oh, no. What's he done here?
I think they've paid a sling tackle.
They have. Willie got it. Don't look at me like that, Panda. Ryan Ironspawn has it at centre half back.
We'll go around the grounds, Robbie. How about that?
You do that,
Lavey,
mate.
52 over North Albury, 29. And it's tight. Rovers and Albury. Rovers 45, Albury 64.
Well, they have history of close finishes, don't they, Panda? Well, it's a boundary throw-in. Little mate's got it again, Panda. Get him home here, mate. Come on. He's had
covering
some work to
some
do.
miles, this boundary umpire. So Yarrawonga 15, 696. Myrtleford 9, 357. Up towards the 18th minute mark on the Macca's time clock in this third quarter for STY medals as Yarrawonga break away from the stoppage. They go inside 450. Timmy Lawrence has jumped extraordinarily to try and take mark of the century. He hung up there forever, and he's given away an incredible free kick. It had to be a free kick against Timmy Lawrence. That'll make his TikTok. Don't you worry about that.
I don't know what was going through his mind. He was
he's having a crack. He's trying to take mark of the century. I love it. He's a colourful man, our man, Timmy Lawrence. Big presence on social media.
Good on him.
So Myrtleford win a free kick. Austin Wicks just dropped a glaring defensive kick at the last minute.
TikTok man, is he?
Yeah,
out in the full.
He's got a presence on TikTok.
Okay.
It's out in the full free kick here to Myrtleford.
Is that a biscuit or?
What's that, Chriso?
Is that a biscuit?
What do you mean?
TikTok's a biscuit.
TikToks, mate.
Ah, okay. I'm a bit slow here. I'm a bit slow.
Robbie
You're not up with the dad jokes.
I used to love him.
I'm not up with the dad jokes. I'm not on TikTok. I'm not on much. The Saints clear it out of defence.
I know
Help
what you're
me
on,
out, Robbie.
I know what you're on. Here's Winter Irving. He's been good today, Panda.
He has kicked 4 goals.
Kicked 4 and had a hand in a few others.
Dan didn't rate his game earlier.
No. Dan might have went off. Oh, he's 50.
No, he's been good after I gave him a bit of a touch-up.
Mitch, what was that one for, that 50, mate? I'm not sure if you caught it.
I think Willie Wheeler might have crept up a little bit. That's the only explanation I could give.
Will Winter Irving go for a big barrel here, maybe? Look, he's going to go to Curtis. He'll go close from here, Curtis, if he decides to have a crack. No, he centres it unselfishly. Chance for Sharp. He got knocked over. Sharp will get a free kick.
Yep.
Sharp will get a free kick.
Jake.
No, Jake, he's got it. How about that? Both the Sharp boys were doing a bit of work for each other there, and Jake just might have put a wee bit of mayo on it, and that's okay.
Very hard to mark the footy too, boys. The sun is directly in their eyes coming from that direction.
Yeah.
So.
Jake Sharp in his comeback game, boys. He's had 4 touches this quarter and 7 for the game, so he's actually competed really well.
And then he's done a couple of things where he won't get a possession.
That tackle.
And that's what you stats blokes don't see a lot of the time.
I saw it. The tackle in the 50 was fantastic.
Just these little touches here and there. They all add up, don't they, Panda?
They do.
Here comes Jake Sharp. This would be nice. A goal on return. Come on, Jake. In he comes, and he's banged it through. Good lad. They get their 10th. They will not lay down, this Myrtleford mob. 63 to 96. They trail by 33.
Look at them all go to them, boys.
And so they should,
love
because this has just been one hell of an effort for this bloke to come back and play footy again this early after an injury. After injury he's been through. Well done, Jake Sharp. Good stuff. 33 points. Yarrawonga lead. Third quarter action here. 20 minutes gone. And we're doing it for STY medals.
You love to see that, don't you, Dan?
Yeah.
He's such a love figure at this football, netball club, and they ran from everywhere to get around Jake Sharp for that goal.
That's fantastic, boys, and he's the heart and soul of the club. He's a great bloke and he's a great footballer, and that's just fantastic to see. And it's an important goal for Myrtleford. They're not going to go down without a fight here.
3 goals each in this third quarter for STY medals. The margin's 33 points. Yarrawonga 96, Myrtleford 63. So they're just hanging in there, aren't they, Chriso? They're annoying a little bit at the moment, aren't they?
You would be happy for Stevie J giving him 10 goals 3, would you? 63 on another day. That's a pretty good score. So still another quarter to go, but we'll see what happens in the last.
What do you got round the grounds, Panda?
Albury 65 over the Rovers 46. Deep into the third quarter. North Albury 29, Lavington 54, and Wangaratta comfortably in front of the Wodonga Raiders. And here, if you're just joining us on 3E's O&M Live at O&M Optus TV, it's a 33-point margin to the Yarrawonga Pigeons. Lockie Howe's hand pass was intercepted by Alex Jacob, who's been brought in the middle of the ground. Riccardi just let that tackle slip at the last minute, and Wheeler, Harry Variety, emerges, and his kick is a beauty on the far wing. Fothergill's in a paddock of space. Had to kick it hurriedly up to half forward. Williams was there. Here's Iron Spawn. Kicks it long. No one home. Pendergast came really late. And Ferguson just smartly sees it over the goal line. An ultimate fasteners tough nut of the day there from Ferguson.
Indeed it was.
It was. It went back with a flight, and it's a minor score. Yarrawonga 97, Myrtleford 63. We've played 21 minutes in this third quarter. Doing it all thanks to STY Metals.
Curtis Winter Irving finds the footy again.
Playing very deep at the moment.
Yeah, he's
got a good work rate.
He has, exactly, yeah. Couldn't agree more, Panic. So is this fella, Simon Curtis. His stats for 40 wings, Dan Vaccaro.
Simon Curtis is up to 14 for the game.
Very good.
Doesn't waste them either.
Across the ground. And he finds Forrest. And that is Wicks out there on the far side. He'll chip it over to Capillari. Not a good cook, though. Intercept. You could hear the groan and the moan from Panda. It wasn't Lake Buffalo. It was Panda at the footy. Here's Nyholm.
Nyholm. Beautiful kick to the space. Williams, 3 bites of the cherry, not able to mark it. Good work there by Huey Wales. Here's Ferguson. Interesting kick out of defence. He might get it back here, Ferguson.
Well
he
done.
Punched it forward. Couple of attempts. Fothergill for the Pigeons. Knew where Iron Spawn was, who tries to get out of trouble. Has to hand pass it back to Howe. Howe off a step, tumbles it inside 50 and gets a boundary throw in for his Yarrawonga Pigeons 30 metres around from their goal. A bit scrappy, but they got a stoppage inside 50, Chris. So they lead by 34.
Yeah, plenty of pressure put on from the Myrtleford players. It's forcing Yarrawonga to go backwards and try and get some territory and keep the footy, and then causing a turnover. So it's a bit of a stalemate at the moment.
Mitch, I reckon they've made some alterations to their defensive setup. They've seemed to have handled the Williams situation a bit better since half-time.
Yep, that'd be fair to say, Robbie.
And getting more numbers in front of him, I reckon.
Yeah,
Yep.
And that could be a good question maybe to throw at Funky Miller.
Hourigan on him at the moment.
Yeah, and I don't mind that either. Here we go. Wheeler put it in towards the top of the goal square. Ball bounces, dangerous. Hourigan's been tackled again, and he's got the footy, and he's putting on a fair effort there to convince the umpire that I'm doing my best. Can't get rid of it. Ball it up. And that's what he's going to do, Panda.
So it's still 30 around from Yarrawonga's goal. And still a 34-point margin. 23 minutes played in this Macca's time clock. There's a free kick here. It's against Lee Williams for a high.
The Forest has got it.
And yes, Treebeard, Riley Forrest has got it.
What do you call him?
Treebeard. Dan Vaccaro came up with that one. As Myrtleford exit defence, Capillari and Iron Spawn in a one-on-one. Iron Spawn wins out, did really well. His hand pass was intercepted there, though, by Ferguson. In fact, that was Harrington. And we've got a boundary throw in. So ball camped out on that far side of the McNamara Reserve. We've got a boundary throw in, 65 around from Yarrawonga's goal. Dan Vaccaro, what have you got for us for 40 winks?
Well, the interesting thing that I want to look at, boys, is Myrtleford have been really good this quarter with still having a fair few less inside 50s than Yarrawonga. So they've only had the 7 and Yarrawonga have had 12. But Myrtleford are just really making the most of it at the moment.
Oh, Curtis read that beautifully from the clearance. Kicked it to Winter Irving. Couldn't get hold of the footy. Big tackle on there. Play on's a call. Here's a go. Nyholm did well. Out the back there to Casey. Here is a bit of room here for Cam Wilson. A little dimmy kick. Wow. How good's that? He found Lee Williams, who's taken a mark 48 metres out. I reckon he's going to say, no, I can't see anyone leading. I'm going to have a shot. What do you reckon, Mitch?
Yep, he's definitely going to have a shot. But how about the left foot work there from Cam Wilson? Non-preferred. He's just got beautiful delivery. They're going to form a formidable partnership this year, those two.
What are you seeing, Panda? Looking good, isn't it? Here comes Williams. He runs around. He plays on. He pushes it. I reckon he's kicked it out in the full. Look at the umpire sprint. He made good ground. He's kicked it out of bounds in the full. He's hooked it. So you identified that early, Dan Vaccaro, that he wasn't kicking the ball that well in practice. Was it you or Mitch?
No, it was Mitch. I can't take the credit off.
Well done, Mitch. Yeah, good work from you. He kicked it out in the full. Your turn, Panda.
Thank you, Robbie.
I'll give a score
for the Old Town and Country Tavern. 98-63.
Thanks, mate.
Yarrawonga lead. If you're just joining us on 3N's O&M Live, here's Riccardi. Goes in ball with a hand pass.
Whoa.
Saints numbers, they're everywhere. They're trying to move the footy quick. Riley Booker's kick was a little banana to a one-on-one between Curtis and Wilson. Yarrawonga defence win out. Bruce hand passes it over to Morey. In fact, it was Morey. On to Iron Left foot, 15-metre kick. Finds Tanner Nyholm. Liked his game.
Yeah.
Plays on. 60 metres from home. Kicks it to space. Mark Williams. He's got a chance to make amends of the set shot from a couple of minutes ago. Well, only about a minute ago, and he'll line up, 25 metres out, Chris O on a slight angle.
Yeah, you'd think he'd kick this one. He's got 4 goals, 7, but they've been playing 2 on him, so one just sitting in front of him, which has usually been Hourigan. So they've changed their defensive setup, as you guys said before, and it's worked until probably the last 5 minutes.
Tell you what it was, boys, a very smart kick from Tanner Nyholm.
Yep.
Just kicked it to the space. He's going to be a good player. So Lee Williams keeps it low, and he kicks a goal. And then he's got in Hourigan's face and he's put him down.
Wow.
Aggressively. Or no, it was Jake Sharp, actually.
I think Sharp, he put a bit of mayo on it, mate.
It was Jake Sharp who's chatting to the umpire. Anyway, Lee Williams has now got 5 goals and Yarrawonga, they have hit the century. 16-8, 104. Myrtleford 10-3, 63. 27 played for Maccas in this third quarter. We're doing it for STY medals, Dan.
Yep, we absolutely are, and we're doing the stats for 40 Wings, Panda. And look, that's a really positive fight back from Yarrawonga. Just when you thought Myrtleford were crawling back into the game, they go out and kick goals. They get it from their main man, Lee Williams. He's kicked 5 now, but they've had 15 inside 50s this quarter, so they're just starting to dominate that game again and really try and put it to bed when we don't get too late into the fourth.
There we go. It's a pretty fair description there from you, Dan.
Thanks, Robbie.
Really enjoyed it. So did you, Panda, I can tell.
The kids down here playing a little mini game in front of us.
Yeah, it's not unusual, Panda.
I like to see it.
Yep. No, what about young Michael Gibbons there at half-time? He kicked for 20 minutes straight with kids out on the ground.
Why don't you get out and have a kick with them at three-quarter time, Robbie?
Well, I might do that.
Do
a string.
I might stay there. Curtis, brilliant handball. They go forward now. Here's Declan Brown. He might have got a push. Oh, it was a good spoil. Yeah, good call, Mitch. Now here's a chance. Knocking it out. Willie Wheeler applied great pressure. Then Reed Gavin got it over to Masters. Gee, that's good footy. Lockie Howler liked his game around the ground today as much as anything. Handballed off to Iron Spawn. And it's a nice cook. And it might have found Coburn. Is it Panda?
Nyholm, I think.
Nyholm, your boy.
Yep.
Oh, Sips catch put down at third.
So Yarrawonga still win out, though. Timmy Lawrence has to get rid of it in a hurry. Kicks to half forward. Lee Williams up against Forrest. Forrest did well just to worry him out of it. Here's Ferguson under a lot of pressure. Kicks it out of there as far as he can. Masters just dropped the mark at the last minute. Southern for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. Hand passes it to Harrington. He's wrapped up straight away by Cam Wilson. And he's been pinged holding the ball.
Jeez, I don't know about that one.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one, Chris O.
Not a lot of prior opportunity to get rid of it. But
Boundary side for
Otherwise, they've been good today.
Very stiff indeed. Wilson wins the free kick. He pumps the Pigeons into attack.
And Williams, he overran it on this occasion. He got numbers at the back. No, whistle. Gee, there's been a lot of whistles today, hasn't there?
Against Williams for in the back. Kicking, trying in that marking attempt. Didn't really touch the footy and knocked a player.
Jakey Sharp's got it, lads.
Yep.
Sharp now. Been good in his return. Kicks it to Brother. Can't mark it. Down it comes to ground. Now the handball look away by Riley Sharp was excellent. Oh, Booker couldn't quite run under it. Now they turn up. Corey Southern was there. Another whistle. That might be sort of like a downfield sort of a job there, is it, Panda?
I think so. Well, they're bringing it back.
Lockie Howe's got it.
Just a quick one on the free kick count, boys. The free kick count, Myrtleford have had 21 free kicks to Yarrawonga Pigeons 11.
Alrighty, so there's been over 30 paid for the day. I think they've been really good. They've been good, the umpires.
Well, what do you make of that stat, Dan?
I'm not suggesting anything. I just thought I'd give you the free kick count. I haven't done it all game. I think they've been pretty good.
They've been very good.
A bit mischievous the way you gave that stat, didn't you, Panda?
Maybe. He's just letting us know. Just letting us know that they've been busy. Yarrawonga 104. Myrtleford 63. It's a 41-point margin if my maths is correct.
Another one.
And
I'll read
another
that
free
as
kick.
Myrtleford's under lots of pressure by Yarrawonga, and sometimes you're going to give a few free kicks away.
That's not a description, Robbie.
That is a good description from Chris O.
That's bullsherizing, Mitchell, and you know it.
So Del Bosco with a dangerous one across defensive lines. Booker clearing kick out to the broadcast wing. Hanging under this one is Nick Ferguson. Had to wait a long time.
He's been all right, Panda.
He has been good. Marks it on broadcast wing. Inboard kick, aggressive. Wilson and Sharp meet each other. No malice in that. Sharp is on top of Cam Wilson at the moment, just roughing him up.
He's had a bit of a rough trot there.
Corey Southern just give him another knee.
Corey Southern just gave him one. Sharp just kicks it into attack. Make what you want of that. Riccardi's 4 deep. There's a free kick and a whistle here. And it's a free kick. I'm not sure who that was won against, but it's going to go the way of the Pigeons to Matt Casey inside defensive 50. Yarrawonga 104, Myrtleford 63. We played 31 minutes of the Macca's time clock. Can't be long left in this third quarter for STY Metals.
There's only 2 umpires out there today, 2 lads. We're not the 3 umpire system, just the 2 today. Myrtleford, last chance. Can they score one late here? Capillari. Oh, it's quick trouble. He's going to set a bit of a task here for the gang. Under a bit of pressure here. The handball went back to Sharp. Del Bosco there to help out. Well done, Curry. Curtis was clever. Did he drop it? Did he have it? Play on's a call. He didn't have it. Simon Curtis
played
going to
for
get
it
it.
a lot, though, didn't he?
He did.
Matt,
He let him know.
Very well aware.
What's that free kick count now, Dan?
Well, that'll be 22 now.
You missed one before, I reckon. But that's your job. There's Booker, centre wing. As we go deep into time on, Winter Irving marks right in the centre of the ground, goes long, last roll the dice, Masters.
Touched, surely. Yep.
Plays on, goes wide.
Can't be long left in this quarter. It's gone 32 minutes now. There you go.
They don't listen to you.
Absolutely brilliant, Robbie.
Well played, Panda.
3-quarter time siren blows at the McNamara Reserve here in Myrtleford. Sun still shining, and it's a 41-point margin to Yarrawonga. And they're going to take a big lead into the final change. Don't go anywhere. More O&M Live action on the other side of this. And remember, on O&M Live, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton 0.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend, we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.
Three-quarter time, 3&E's O&M Live, 1566, and of course 90.1 FM in Myrtleford. If you're listening in your car around the ground or if you're listening in and around Myrtleford, hope you're having a great Saturday Arvo. Mother's Day tomorrow. It is a 40-point lead to Yarrawonga. 16-7, 103 over Myrtleford, 10-3, 63. Dan Vaccaro, who were our Optus quarters best, please, in that third quarter?
It was a really hard one to pick, to be honest. I thought Nick Fothergill was really good for Yarrawonga. Liam Masters was back to his best that quarter. He had 7 touches. And then over for Myrt.
And kicked a goal.
Bailey Frauenfeld was really good as well. So he had the 4 touches and a goal as well. But yeah, for Myrtleford, Simon Curtis, boys, he had 8 touches. He's had 17 for the game. He was fantastic that quarter for Myrtleford. And Jakey Sharp, he had 6 touches. And he looked to impose himself a little bit as well, which is great to see in his comeback game.
Anyone else you caught your eye there, Dan?
Kyra Winter was all right.
He was pretty good. He kicked the goal.
He kicked the goal, I think.
Jake Sharp kicked the goal as well.
I think he's kicked 4 for the game so far.
So he also sent Yarra up the end in about 10 seconds twice in the first half too, just quietly.
I don't mind it from Dan. He's looking at both sides of the game here, attacking and defensive side of the game, which is what I like.
When we head to the bus, which is in the car park, Dan, I might just level a bit ahead of you. I'll get in the bus and I'll drive past you to jump in case Big Kyle's waiting for you out in the car park. Yeah, you should look like that because...
That's all right.
That would be a good wrestle, actually, between our man Dan Vaccaro and Winter Irving.
If he fights like the way he plays footy, I'll be all right.
Oh, bang!
No, I'm only joking. He's a very good player.
I was about to say, extraordinary. A retraction there straight away from our man Dan. No, we
all
like
in jest, isn't it?
We like it all in jest. Hey, Chris Mitchell, I hope you're not listening to this nonsense down on the boundary for Waters. What were the Huddle's messages at three-quarter time? No, he hasn't switched us back on yet. In fact, he has. How are you, Chriso?
Yes, I'm here. I should be here. I started with Myrtleford. They're pretty happy with how things are going. With 1 quarter to go, wants the mids to start getting a few more entries, no surprise there, and want it long, not short to a 50-50. So that was the message from Funky Miller. From Stevie J, I only sort of caught the last bit of that, which was quite entertaining. But he wants them to win by about 10 goals, wants them to put the foot on the throat. He did mention Jake Sharp. He's not too happy with how he's playing this game out and did single him out. So let's keep an eye on that one.
All right, well, so we might get a bit of heat back to Sharpie here in this last quarter, which will be interesting, and he will be bringing that on 100%. Jake Sharp, he never backs down.
Sam Martin too is a little bit groggy, so we'll keep an eye on him too.
He was like a battering ram some stages during that quarter, wasn't he, Sammy Martin?
Yeah, he only had the 1 touch last quarter, so
really
no surprise.
Yeah, he's might be a bit groggy, a bit dicky. Doesn't miss much, Mitch, does he?
No, he doesn't at all. That's why he's the best in the business, and he should do it every week. Okay, 40-point margin here on O&M Live. Can Myrtleford make an extraordinary comeback? Or will Yarrawonga do what Stevie J said and they'll win by 10 goals? Stay with us. And we'll know in about 30 minutes' time here on O&M Live. 4th quarter action for the best service station in the world. APCO Wangaratta. I was there last night. I was topping up my Zambreros with a potato cake and a dim sim. Thank you very much, Brett Anderson. Ball tossed back up. Here's Morey out of the middle. Kicks it wide. Frontfelders move forward.
Here we go. Before or after you went to your...
That was after.
You've gone to 3 food places,
I did. Frontfelders kick inside 50 is a ripper. Finds Lee Williams right in front of the scoreboard. Wilson moving into space. Marks it deep in the pocket. About 15 metres in front of where Williams marked it. So Cam Wilson tied up against the boundary.
He will kick this.
Will he run around and snap it?
He'll kick it, I reckon.
I think he's looking to pass it off. I reckon he might have the
No.
sun in his eyes, boys, but he's going back as though he's having a set shot.
He's a clever little operator, Cam Wilson.
Very good little player.
He hits the scoreboard pretty regularly. He hasn't
Yeah.
kicked a goal in the last 2 weeks, though. So maybe he's sniffing one out.
He'll kick it.
So he's tied up against the boundary. Going for the traditional drop punt is Cam Wilson, and that is a good finish, but it's across the face. He did kick it, just not straight. Through from Marner. 16-9, 105. Yarrawonga, Myrtleford 10-3, 63. That's on the work. Yarrawonga at a scoreboard. Robbie McKinlay, we've gone a minute.
Mitchy Del Bosco plays on. He had one bounce, ran his full measure, kicks the ball between half-back and wing. Curtis goes up and almost dragged it in. Good pressure from Curtis. Willie Wheeler's there. Might not have had the footy. Curtis went back for another go. And he finds the boundary. Deliberate or without the ball? Deliberate, I reckon.
Holding the ball.
Holding the ball.
Yep.
All right. Well, the recipient looks like it's Ryan Bruce out there with that sort of mop hairdo that he's rolling these days. From behind, a good grab at the front, though, wasn't it? Well, Basil, Frontfelder, chip over the top, and Curry sliced his way through a bit of traffic there and has taken a mark. No one seems to want to have a shot from goal from that pocket.
Nearly
Panda.
identical spot from Cam Wilson. So he's going to go back, have a shot.
Got the sun in his eyes, hasn't
Just
he?
quickly too, boys, 4 marks inside 50 in the opening minute 50. So that is just fantastic work by Yarrawonga.
But no goals yet, Dan?
No.
Who's got it, boys? Was it Curry? There. Angus Curry's got it. Panda has a look out the window for any offerings. And it's not a bad kick from the guzzler. He's kicked it. Angus Curry, I reckon that's his second for the day, Panda.
Yep, number 2.
It is. Thank you very much, Mitch. And while we're with you, Mitch, for Waters, just tell me something.
Beautiful kick it was.
Thank you very much.
Very similar spot to Cam Wilson, but good start to this last quarter is exactly what Stevie J called for at the three-quarter time huddle.
What's on tonight for you, Mitch?
Probably some more pasta sauce making, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Don't escape it.
You don't want to go back to Shrek and watch it for a second time? You can go watch the Galen Collins musical if you like, Chriso. That's on tonight again.
No, I think you've given a good rundown on that, so I feel like I'm up.
We don't need to go now.
Across there.
Yeah. Nice review earlier in the day from Panda.
It was indeed. So a nice finish from Angus Curry. Yarrawonga kicked their 17th goal. Willie Wheeler stiff there not to have a free kick paid against him. Myrtleford go inside 50. Sharp's there first. Out the back, Riccardi. Got a Stephen Milne bounce. Didn't sit for him. Urquhart's going back into offence. Ford tried to get play a bit of candy. And Winter Irving, Dan Vaccaro's man. You think you could wrestle him, Dan? You're a fool. Winter Irving has wrapped up Jack Forge. And he has won a free kick for holding the ball inside 50. And Winter Irving can go back and kick number 5.
He was having a wow of a time, Jack, wasn't he? I'll just get round this bloke and...
So Winter Irving snaps. He let himself down. Didn't even make the distance. It's through for a minor score.
It's a shocking kick by Winter Irving.
It was a shocking kick.
We haven't seen a good one of those all day, to be honest.
Nah.
It just goes to show the AFL guys make it look easy, don't they?
Yeah.
Hit the
He was
belly.
just waltzing through life there, wasn't he, Jack
He was.
Forge? And he got confronted by a big bear.
10-5, 65 Myrtleford, Yarrawonga. 17-8-1-10. That's on the work like a wanger at a scoreboard.
Gutsy mark, Cam Wilson, and he handballs now to Willie Wheeler. Lovely weighted handball to Harry. Harry drives it long, and the chance at the back end's good grab too. Old empty head Pendergast takes a beauty.
Used his body really well.
Used his head.
Got to the fall of the ball.
Used his nut. Lot better than he's given credit for, I reckon.
Once again, unbelievable transition footy.
Yes,
Look,
yes.
15 seconds ago, they were kicking it in from defence.
Well, you look at the guys who touched the ball, and you had the 2 wheelers and Cam Wilson as well. So
Pendergast comes
All
in,
class.
point blank range, and just sneaks it through for a goal. So 2 goals now to Pendergast. A good day's work for him, and Yarrawonga get their 18th, 18-8, 116. Myrtleford 10-4, 64. That's 4.5 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock, and that's on the work locker Wangaratta scoreboard. Dan Vaccaro for 40 winks.
We are doing it for 40 winks, Robbie. Really positive starts this last quarter by Yarra. They've gone inside 50 3 times. They've had 5 marks inside 50, and you said it before, the transition play that Yarrawonga do is the secret weapon in this league. It is better than anyone. It's better than Wang's. It's better than Albury's. Their ability to get up the green in 10 seconds flat is amazing.
Sam Martin's still on the bench, boys. Not sure if we're going to see him again today.
So the margin's out to 52 points as we tick up towards the 6-minute mark in this last quarter.
Just
Cam
heading
Wilson.
down to the bench, to the room. Sorry, boys.
Yeah, he looks pretty sore. Wilson's kick finds Coburn inside forward 50. Coburn kicks it to the space. Pendergast couldn't mark. Won a free kick, though. So Pendergast will go back 45 metres out on a 45-degree angle, Chriso, for goal number 3.
Yeah, just a couple of arms over the shoulder, I reckon, there for Ned. But he's been pretty good. Not sure what his stats are telling us, Daniel, but he's had a pretty handy day.
Quick one around the grounds. Lavington 55, North Albury 45. Hoppers still
Go
a
the
big
Hoppers.
chance.
I'm a member there.
You
North
are?
Albury.
You get the emails?
I do, a lot.
So empty head Pendergast for goal number 3. Yeah, never gave it a chance. Through from minor score. Yarrawonga 18-9, 117. Myrtleford 10-4, 64. 6 minutes played on the Macca's time clock. Last quarter here at the McNamara Reserve for APCO Wangaratta. If you're in and around the region, if you're from Yarrawonga at the ground, you got to travel back through Wang. Make sure you stop into APCO and get a juicy feed. Brady Anderson will look after you like you looked after me last night.
Hilton Joyce plays on. Good kick. Oh, it went past Riley Sharp. Now he's got to hunt after it. Lockie Howell. Sharp. Boundary line looms. And it might win it. Hey, the other one too, around the grounds. Wodonga Raiders, give them credit. Wangaratta 104, Raiders 47. I reckon Raiders have kicked probably 5 of the last 6 goals in that game. So that's a very encouraging comeback there. The other games quickly, 54 Rovers, 90 Albury, and 45 North Albury, 55 Lavington. So a couple of games, Hoppers there, still a big chance. Gee, they're making ground. Another close one for the Panthers.
It's about 10 minutes left in that one we're hearing.
Yep.
So a good game of footy here, a good open game of footy. Yes, the margin is pretty big, but the Myrtleford Alpine Saints have not lost any fans once again today. Alex Jacobs just dropped the footy. That is holding the ball, son, and a free kick here to Cam Wilson. His numbers, please, Dan.
Cam Wilson will be having his 20th disposal.
It's been pretty good. Wonder who our Waters player of the day might be today. So
Lee Williams.
Lee Williams, he'll be in contention. And here's
He's
Braden
a contender.
Coburn. It's definitely not going to be Winter Irving if Dan's got anything to do with it.
I guess if people kick more than 4 goals in this modern era, it's a monumental effort, isn't it?
He does it every week, though.
I know he does. I know, but they just don't kick them like they used to, Panda.
So Braden Coburn to line up for his first goal today. It's a beautiful drop punt from Coburn. A steal line goal today. Yarrawonga piling on the pain here for the Saints. 123 plays 64. We've played 8 minutes in this last quarter on the Macca's time clock. Coburn gets his first. Dan Vaccaro?
Yeah, fantastic finish by Coburn, and Yarrawonga just running away with it. Stevie J will be really, really impressed with their last quarter here. They're able to get it inside forward 56 times. They're able to get 6 marks inside 50 as well, and Cam Wilson, he's had 5 touches this last quarter. He's been instrumental, another contender, but who would you have, Robbie, as your player of the day if you're not going to have Williams?
I'll get back to you on that one. I'll have a really good look at it. Mate, Stevie J himself, he'd kick 4 or 5 goals in 10 minutes work in his heyday.
Shout out to Lincoln Smarty Smart as well, who's listening for our updates on the North Albury game. He's listening to 3 and E.
Good on you. Willie Wheeler through the middle of the ground. Goes long. Kick is intercepted, though, nicely by Del Bosco. Oh, clever. Logan Morey, high up and under. They got the numbers back. Saints and Forrest cleverly, not deliberately, well, not in this region. Knocks it out for a boundary throw in 5 metres around from the goal, the behind post. Now, Stevie J, Chris Mitchell said that he wanted a 10-goal victory. At the moment, he's got a 59-point lead, which is just under 10 goals at the moment, Panda. So he'll be happy, Stevie J.
He will, indeed. Wonder if Chris Mitchell will be down there getting snaps like Luke Francis did only a couple of weeks ago with Stevie J. We know he's a big Cats man. Is Chris O. Won't be too happy after last night. Riley Sharp in the ruck.
Geez, Williams should have got a free kick there.
Yeah, I reckon he was pretty stiff. Spills out to Ryan Bruce. Pressure on him straight away. Fothergill over the footy. Urquhart onto Angus Curry. Nice kick into space. Coburn out the back. He might kick 2 in a minute here. Gets around 1. Hand passes back to Wheeler onto Fothergill. They're playing around a bit here. Urquhart gets a quick snap on goal. And it's out of bounds on the full. He was crunch as he kicked it. And no score to Yarrawonga. 19-9, 123. Myrtleford 10-4, 64. 10 minutes played in this last quarter for the best service station in the world, APCO Wangaratta.
A lovely touch there from Simon Curtis. He knocked Urquhart arse over it, then he picked him up. Well, that was just a lovely little touch. Over the back, Declan Bren. Here he goes, the Bren gun. Takes it away now, kicks it long into half forward. No one home, though, except Lee Masters.
I've been wanting to ask you this for a while.
Yeah. Why?
So there was a gun. There's a Bren gun. Okay.
They used to use it in World War II.
Right.
Up in the islands, mate.
You're Your sound effect of it is extraordinary.
Did you like it?
It makes me laugh every
Extraordinary
time.
is a word I think you could use.
Well, I'll deliver it whenever I can,
was
as
it a
much as I
German
can.
gun?
The Bren, I think it was an Aussie. No, that was the Aussie one, wasn't it? The old Bren.
Oh, I might have to look up that one.
Anyway, it's chipped. Empty Head's got a bit of a sore head, actually, and the Bren gun just gave him a tap on the head.
He did.
Said, sorry about that, mate.
Good
All
sportsmanship.
fair in love and war. Get the pun? Take it away,
I do
Panda.
indeed. Fothergill kicks it across goal. Morey, in fact, it was Matt Casey, just dropped the footy. He's got enough time, though, to hand pass it to Wheeler. Jordan O'Dwyer, the bald-headed warrior, flicks it across to Masters. Left foot kick out on the far wing. Here's Logan Morey. Liked his game today. Kicked a couple of sausage rolls. Kicks it to Angus Curry, who's also kicked a couple of goals. Curry inside 50, looking for a man who almost kicked goal of the year. Bailey Fronfelder. Del Bosco working hard in defence. On to Booker, and he clears it for the Saints. It's going to land in the arms of Harrington if the ball sits for him. He's at right half back, wants to come inboard and just goes down the line safely and finds Huey Wales. Robbie McKinlay. Get off your phone, Robbie.
No, I'm just getting...
I can keep calling the action.
more-
You're on the phone.
Oh,
Here's Hilton Joyce.
Take it away.
He's running inside forward 50. In fact, I think it's Waylon Wales.
No, it's Hilton Joyce.
No, you're right. I was right the first time. It's Hilton Joyce, and it's through for a steal line goal today. Myrtleford, they get one back. They move to 70. Yarrawonga 123 on the work locker. Wangaratta scoreboard. We've played around 12 minutes in this last quarter on the Macca's time clock. Dan Vaccaro.
We have Panda and we're doing the stats for 40. Winks and Myrtleford get merely a consolation goal there. They probably had a disappointing last quarter without having a really bad day. They've had a really decent day until today, into the last quarter, but inside 50 count is 9-2 this quarter and complete dominance by Yarrawonga. Cam Wilson, he's probably in contention for one of the players of the day. He's definitely going to be in the votes. He's had 20 for the day. Harry Wheeler's been great as well, and Liam Masters has had 17 for the day as well.
The Bren gun was a gas-operated weapon using the same ammunition as the old 303. There you go, boys.
Used in World War II, Korean War, and Falklands.
Getting a bit of
beating it.
And then it went out of date.
Getting some good feedback about your Bren gun impersonation.
Are they happy
too,
with
Robbie.
it or not?
Oh, they're very happy indeed.
I'm out, or am I out of ammo? Brian Bruce, clever handball. Geez, he's made under pressure. Umpire's from. No, he's not. Here it comes. Whooshka. I love the way he signals that. It's almost like a yoga move, isn't it? Is that Simon Curtis?
Yep.
It is. He goes short and he finds... He's up the ground, young Jacobs.
Played well. Good player, this kid.
And he goes across to Capillari, who's just faded in and out a bit today, Tommy.
Yeah.
I'd love to see him get a game in the O&M rep
Only
side.
the 13 touches for Capillari.
Take it away, Panda.
So he's got a lovely left foot kicked as Capillari sits it to the hot spot.
Big
Winter
shove
Irving.
there from Winter Irving.
Yeah.
Yep, big
Didn't
shove.
disguise it at all, did he?
That was Dan Vaccaro who
He
did
thought,
that.
he thought Matt Casey was Dan Vaccaro, and he gave away a free kick. So Casey, in two minds, has to give it back to Lee Masters, deep in defence. Beautiful kick out really wide. Finds Tyler Lovell, who just hand passed it into Capillari, who was standing on the mark. Fothergill's kick in the middle of the ground was a shocker. It's been intercepted here by the Saints. And it's Addison Bedendo, the young ex-thirds captain. His kick was a shocker. Intercepted there by Fothergill, deep in defence. Fair to say this game, fair bit of sting out of this one. It's a 53-point margin to Yarrawonga. We have played 14 minutes on the Macca's time clock. I'm going to go around the grounds, Robbie, and find out some scores in other games.
You have a look, and I'm going to come back to you when you're ready. Casey, that's a good grab over the top, and Martin plays on now. Casey's got a nice boot on him. Oh, big collision coming up. Pendergast was hard at it. Chip over the top by Morey. Found Coburn. Coburn goes short, and he finds Williams. Too quickly, Chris Mitchell for Waters. Both those players are okay, mate?
Yep, no, I think they both got up all right. Was
As
it
Forrest leaves the ground?
Yep, no, he was limping off. He was probably the second best, but Pendergast looks okay.
What do you got for me, Panda?
So Lavington 56, North Albury 45. 5-15 North Albury have kicked. Lavington have kicked 7-14. Not long left in that game.
Just two quick goals and the Hoppers would win that. Williams going for goal number 6. From 44 metres out, Lee Williams journeys there, but again, he just hasn't been at his best kicking today. 5 goals, 4 and 1 out of bounds in the full. I've got him for, Panda. What have you got him for?
Yep, exactly the same.
I know, I copied off your book, actually.
You did, off my little scrapbook. 15 minutes played, Yarrawonga 124, Myrtleford 11-470, as Hourigan brings it in. The kick, flying high there, Lee Williams. Just gave away a little free kick. It's going to go the way here of Austin Wicks. Hand pass it to Jake Sharp. Beautiful kick inside forward 50. The Bren gun there. Got a push in the back. The kick comes forward here from...
Huey Wales, I
Huey
think.
Wales, was it? It was Huey Wales.
Just was at the fall of the ball, one step, and nailed it from about 45.
A cool finish. A steal line goal today from Huey. Myrtleford, they go to 76. Yarrawonga 124 on the Worklocker Wangaratta scoreboard. We've played 16 minutes in this last quarter for APCO Wangaratta, and that's on the Macca's time clock, Dan.
It is, and we're doing it for 40 winks in the stat sheet as well. Another consolation for Myrtleford, really all over this game at the moment. Lee Masters had 5 touches this last quarter. He's had 20 for the game. Cam Wilson's had the 20 for the game as well. Both been really good contributors throughout the day.
They did this against Albury, Myrtleford, really well in the last quarter. Albury came out and kicked the first 3 or 4 goals of the quarter. Then Myrtleford, they just don't give it up. They came back, and I think they might have kicked the last 4 goals that day. They're certainly impressive. They just go about their business. They play their footy. It's a nice style. It has a few flaws, but that's a real learning curve. Cam Wilson tracks the ball. Curtis sits. He might be in trouble here, Wilson. Curtis, they're going to ball it up. It was arms and legs and tangles everywhere. Any other updates around the grounds, Panda?
No. Aubrey are home over the Rovers, boys. Yep. 97-61. So that's a big win for Aubrey. Isaac Muller was concussed early in that game as well.
Okay. Here we go, Curtis. Gee, it's an inside-out barrel. Gone 60 metres, top of the gold square. Chance here for the Bren gun. He's warming up at the boundary line. So was I. Now it's going to be a boundary throw-in. No winners there, guys. No winners at all. Boundary throw-in, 30 around from the behind post. 124-76, Yarrawonga lead. 17 minutes gone on the Macca's time clock. We're doing this one for the best service station in the world. How about that for an honour for us? APCO Wangaratta.
Yep, privileged to be a part of it with APCO Wangaratta. They do the best hamburgers around too. Willie Wheeler, clearing kick, not going to go far. Jake Sharp marks it. 60 out from his own goal.
Go the barrel.
Played pretty well.
11 touches. Jake Sharp.
In his return, he uses the footy well. And he goes to Dan Vaccaro's man, Kyle Winter Irving, who will line up from 47 metres out, you'd say, Chriso, on a slight angle.
Yeah, not an insurmountable kick for Winter Irving. He's got 4 already. I don't even think he's kicked to behind today, boys. But
4-1, I got him down.
4-1, have you?
So have I, Panda.
Picking the best player today is going to be a challenge, so any suggestions would be good.
Oh, I like to leave it up to you, Chriso. Winter Irving has hooked it bad.
Shocking finish.
Made the distance. It's getting personal between you two. It's getting personal between Dan and Kyle. 4-2 Dan has Kyle Winters got today. 4 goals, 2. Myrtleford 12-5-77. Yarrawonga 19-10, 124. It's a 47-point margin. We've almost played 20 minutes in this last quarter for APCO Wangaratta.
Can't recall the last time we had lost a stats man in a car park stoush.
You know, the funny thing is,
Brad Free could never do it.
Winter Irving will probably go back. He's a great man and listen to this and go, what are these clowns carrying on about?
Yeah, well, ring up. We'll tell him.
Dan?
Hilton Joyce, look at that. Oh, he was on his way. Gee, should have been penalised for that. Oh, now what's he come up with now?
That's a...
Should have played the first one.
That's a Davy Crocker.
Was it? He signalled.
He's played a sling tackle here.
That's a shocking call.
Oh, Hilton Joyce kicks. Okay, Winter Irving there. He went harder. Kick off the ground was okay. Chance here for McCarroll. Kicks it to top of the goal square. The Bren gun's there. Here comes Riccardi. Overrun it. Oh, the Bren gun might be a chance. He overruns it. He kicks it off the ground for a point. They'll throw it in again. He's gone one side of the goals. He's gone the other side. Next one's going to go straight through the middle. Boundary throw in. 124-77. Yarrawonga lead Myrtleford. 19.5 minutes gone. Last quarter action here. And here is for the Old Town and Country Tavern, which is going to be pumping tonight. Here's Panda.
Might be a couple of Mother's Day dinners early as Riley Sharp kick has been intercepted here by Harry Wheeler. In fact, I don't even think he wanted to mark that ball. Actually, Harry Wheeler. Boundary throw in right where it was about 30 seconds ago. Deep in attack for the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. It'll be hard picking our Waters player of the day. Looking forward to seeing who Chris and Dan award our Ultimate Fastener MVP votes as well too. Of course, Angus Baker leading our leaderboard at the moment. He's on top with 9 votes. Cam Wilson is on 6 votes in second position with Dan Sharrock.
Extraordinary award, that one.
The Ultimate Fasteners MVP.
Yeah, I like the title of it. It's the nuts and bolts of it. It's getting a bit of feedback about that one, Pan Bear.
About the MVP.
Yeah, just sort of might be a bit hard for some people to win it.
Oh, it is.
Well, playing a more watchable team.
Exactly right.
Ouch.
I agree with you, Dan. Of course, on our broadcast games, we give the votes. Bad luck to the others. So on the wing is Wicks. Hand passes it to Simon Curtis.
He's been good today.
He has. And we've got a ball up, 75 around for Myrtleford Alpine Saints goal. On the far side of the ground, this one's over, boys. A 47-point margin to Yarrawonga. 124 plays 77 on 3 and E's. O&M live, not long left. About 6-7 minutes in this last quarter.
Yeah, Frontfelder, nice little inside handball to Ryan Bruce on the Fothergill. Had one bounce, stretches it, runs the full measure, goes long. Here is Lawrence. Takes a beauty. A one-hander, just plucked it in like picking a grape off a vine. And he'll go back from 25 out directly in front. And shoot for goal.
Beautiful one-headed mark. Great work down the middle of the ground there. You've had a fair bit of space. Fothergill could have put it anywhere and pretty much put it in between Lawrence and Williams, and it was Lawrence who stuck the big min out.
Oh, he missed. He missed.
He almost got in the votes then, if he got that.
19-11, 1-2-5. Yarrawonga, Myrtleford 12-5-77. Almost 22 minutes gone. And the Upco Wangaratta quarter. Take it away, Panda.
Thank you, Robbie. Hilton Joyce has it at half-back. Oh, shallow kick right down the guts. McCarroll's got to bend down very low, and it's a hard thing for a big man. Here's Del Bosco. Nice kick into the middle of the ground. Alex Jacobs roving beautifully here for the Saints onto Bedendo, and he flicks it over to Capillari. Look at this left foot kick. It's a beautiful kick inside 50.
Play.
Finds Riley Sharp, a Mawson's concrete play of the day. You won't find a better kick inside 50. Chris Mitchell from Tom Capillari.
That's the future of Myrtleford Saints right there, isn't it? Bedendo, Capillari, beautiful left foot kick, and just said, pretty much go here, Sharpie. This is where I'm going to kick it, and it hit him right on the chest.
You would have kicked 100 back in the day, Robbie, with service like that.
That was delicious, wasn't it? That's just. I'm going to go back and watch that 10 times. That is just gorgeous football.
Delicious. He's starting to take sound like Bruce McAvaney.
I like it.
Cyril Rioli.
So Riley's competed hard all day. He's kicked one goal. You'll line up from 40 metres out. That is a beautiful drop punt.
Yes.
From Riley Sharp. A late goal as the horns go off here at the McNamara Reserve. And they're liking it. A steel line goal today from a Mawson's concrete player today. The Myrtleford Alpine Saints running this game out. That'll please Craig Miller. It hasn't blown away too much. 125 Yarrawonga Myrtleford 83. That's on the Work Like a Wangaratta scoreboard. We have played 23 minutes on our Macca's time clock. Chriso?
Yep, I don't know what you want me to add to that, Panda.
Just tell us about what you're doing tomorrow, maybe what you're doing tonight. You said you're making tomato sauce. Tell us a bit more about
it's
that.
an all-day thing, so a bit of pasta sauce. They love. They went to Shepparton yesterday, get a big truckload of them, and make
so
lots of sauce.
Fresh tomatoes?
Yeah, fresh tomatoes. Yeah, they cook it all day. It's delicious
Do they peel the skin?
Yep, they peel some of the skin. Yeah, there's a couple of batches, but beautiful. I'll get you some.
Okay.
Well, I'm locking the beehive down tomorrow, guys, if you want to know what I'm doing. After Mother's Day visits. Here we go. It's
the kids coming around, Robbie.
Be careful, mate. The Cafe and I'll have the suits on, and we'll just get in. No, got to do the Varroa Mite test.
So they're not coming around to celebrate Mother's Day with Cafe?
Early in the morning. No, later. We're going to do this around lunchtime.
Okay.
Got to do it in the middle of the day when it's the warmest. If you want to know a bit more about bees.
Your honey is good, Robbie.
Yeah, thank you. Hilton Joyce kicks it to half forward. The prime train's enjoying it. That was just a bit of a rib tickler.
Why do you shut it down, Robbie?
Over the winter, well, they're not going to produce, mate. You shut the entry down a little bit. Just keeps them a little bit warmer. Make sure they've got plenty of store there to eat during the winter. Willie Wheeler marks.
Thanks for that insight, Robbie.
Well, it is.
I knew I had trouble sleeping for some reason.
Well, Panda had the same issue last night, didn't he? Coburn chips it nicely. I don't mind Einspawn's game. I know
he's played well.
Like it too, Panda.
He has. Uses the footy well. Bailey Fronfelder marks at half forward. Plays on straight away. Look at that for delivery from Basil. Finds Lee Williams. Don't pass it off, Lee. If you kick this, you'll be our Watters player of the day, I reckon.
He'll get the 3 votes in the MVP if he kicks this.
He's kicked 5. He'll kick from right in front of the scoreboard.
Yeah, it's great incentive.
Lee Williams.
Great incentive, Pandy. You get to stand there in front, hold a sign up and get a photo taken, get nothing for it.
Actually, we don't have a sign.
You'd be busting to win that, wouldn't you? You know?
There's no sign.
So Lee Williams.
Uh-oh.
No.
Well, he's hooked it
5-5.
bad. So he's kicked 5-5. Yarrawonga 19-12, 1-2-6. Over Myrtleford 13-5, 83 on our Work Like a Wangaratta scoreboard. 25 minutes played in this last quarter. That's on the Macca's time clock. We're doing this one for Brett Anderson and the crew.
Go on, you
You'll be
Bretty.
happy. Another Wangaratta win. And they are, of course, great supporters of O&M Live, thanks to APCO Wangaratta.
Wayland Wales is the recipient of a lovely pass from the old hooligan. Wales' kick's a good one to Riley Sharp, and he's moved nicely today. Kicks it down the ground, looking for Jakey Sharp. Couldn't drag it in. He regathers, though. Handball inside is a ripper to Bedendo. Bedendo goes long. Here's Winter Irving. Yes!
Oh.
No!
Oh.
Yes! No!
Oh, yes.
Yeah! No! Well, I'll be
dear.
stuffed.
Marked on the line.
Everyone has turned around at this venue, Robbie, and are absolutely pissing themselves at your commentary.
Indecisive in the end, wasn't it? We didn't quite... You got to be careful what you wish for.
He
haven't you?
went for a mark, he dropped it, then he picked the ball up and he almost snapped it, and then it was marked on the goal line.
Yes,
if you're
no
listening
way.
on the radio.
There was poor running between the wickets, Panda. There's 3 run-outs then.
And
Take
there's
it away, mate.
There's a reason why we were cheering that on, because it's fair to say Dan Vaccaro has been riding him hard all day.
Your only chance, actually, Dan, take it away, Panda, when I finish this, is to award him, even not in the winning side, award him best on ground, mate. It's the only way you're going to get out of this, because otherwise you are going to be bashed.
Bring it on, Robbie.
In a car park.
So empty head Pendergast has it, and he kicks it on centre wing to Coburn. They're at the back here, Yarrawonga. Wilson inboard to Timmy Lawrence. Too easy there. Lawrence just
Look at
chips it
Basil.
over the back, looking for Bailey Fronfelder, but Del Bosco in the hole. Takes an intercept mark. Deep in defence. He's worked hard all day, Mitchy Del Bosco.
16 touches for Mitch.
So has Nick Ferguson.
He's in the best.
Yeah, he's been pretty good. Deep in defence. Chips it over the top to Del Bosco. So if you're just joining us, 126 Yarrawonga, Myrtleford 83. Lavington have beaten North Albury by 11 points. Looks like Albury are going to get over the Rovers in a big win there. And Wangaratta has beaten the Raiders as well. Take it away, Robbie.
A heavy collision there between Williams and Wicks, was it? Capillari mopped up, got it to Corey Southern. He'll go short.
Yeah, Wicks is still down after that big collision.
Wicks,
with
I think he's
Williams.
winded. He might have got it right in the guts. Capillari's been involved a couple of times. Little chipping kick to Jake Sharp, gives it back to Capillari. Capillari with that lovely lead full left foot, kicks it out of bounds in the full. And it'll be Geordie O'Dwyer who'll bring it back in. Half bank, it's back. It's nearly time, Panda. 28 minutes gone, fourth quarter. Entertaining game of football. Vaccaro, you got one more thing left in you.
Just Jake Sharp, boys. He's been fantastic today. He's had 5 touches this last quarter, and he's had 14 touches for the game. For his first game in over a year, that is an unbelievable effort.
Are you doing his time on ground stats, Dan, or am I asking too much?
Jesus, no.
No, don't be a dickhead, Panda.
Might be asking a little bit too much. They do that in the AFL. Fothergill
Jeez, you're kidding.
clips it to half forward. Lockie Howe hand pass it to Bailey Fronfelder. Now he'll want to kick a goal here. Tied up against the boundary. Bailey Fronfelder has missed.
This game needs a Bailey Fronfelder goal, doesn't it? Really?
Didn't sense the occasion. Through from minus score. 19-13, 127 Yarra. Myrtleford 13-5, 83. We've seen
Now-
32 goals kicked in this game. 28 minutes played in this last quarter. Robbie?
Panda, I've been watching this game closely, particularly the second half. There's a bit of history between Geordie Lawrence and Basil.
Geordie Lawrence.
I reckon Geordie a couple of times, Fronfelder a couple of times forward, he should have passed to him. And
Timmy
there
Lawrence-
was no chance Timmy Lawrence was going to get that one to him. No chance. And here they nearly run into it. Here's Lawrence. He said, no, I'm going to kick a goal. And that's not what he does. He kicks another behind. So maybe Timmy could have been a contender. I don't know who he's going to give this to. This is a tough call. There's a lot of putting their hand up, a lot of wasting opportunities. 128 to 83, 45-point margin, 29 and a half minutes gone. Final term here at the McNamara Reserve.
A bit of Craig Willis about that from Robbie actually there.
I'll give you a bit.
I didn't mind it.
If I get one more call, I'll give you a bit of Ray Warren.
Okay, I like that too. He's the best at it. In rugby league history is Ray. So a bit of a fizzer in the end, this one on
Look at
3A's
that
O&M
kick.
Live. Look at the kick from Curtis. Finds, I think it's Ferguson, running down the wing. The siren beats him to it. He kicked a goal in the end, has Ferguson, but it won't count. It's the Yarrawonga Pigeons win. They move to 5-1 in the SSNA, Ovens and Murray. A big win to the Pigeons at the McNamara Reserve. 128, Myrtleford 13-5, 83 overall, a pretty good game of football here on O&M Live, and we hope that you have enjoyed the action as well if you're watching on O&M Optus TV. Now Chris Mitchell has a tough ask.
Oh, it's probably my toughest task.
It is.
I reckon if I was
Safe
doing the
bet.
boundary, it'd be a toss-up between, I reckon, Cam Wilson and Lee Williams.
Yeah.
Cam Wilson and Lee Williams, you reckon?
They're probably my... Well, who's better? Who's been better?
Yeah, I reckon Lee Williams there. Cam Wilson had a big second half, didn't he? Probably a bit quiet earlier.
I think when you have 10 shots on goal...
And one out in the full.
You've had a fairly big influence on the game, haven't you?
Yeah, and Chris
Lee Williams.
is no deal. Chris Mitchell is no deal.
But I like Cam Wilson's game as well. I thought
Cam Wilson
was good.
I was going to go to Cam Wilson.
You were going to go... Well, we're happy if you go with that, with Cam.
Winter
But
Irving.
I'm going to surprise you both. It's none of those players.
Okay.
None.
I've spoken to some people on
It could be
Yarrawonga,
Fothergill, I reckon, is another one.
part of the on-ball brigade.
Willie Wheeler?
Or Harry.
You owe him one from last week, you guys. Willie Wheeler, very harshly treated, I thought,
He was
last
29
week.
disposals, 2 goals last week.
Okay, it could be Harry.
Not in the O&M Live Team of the Week. Got a bit of feedback on that one, I believe.
Yes. No, that was fair enough. We did get a few comments from people.
What about your mate from Mara?
Mara, Jack Reynolds.
Jack Reynolds, mate.
Sam Turner, he wasn't there this week. He was quiet. So if you just jumped in the car, the Yarrawonga Pigeons have won 128-83 over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, and I think Chris Mitchell is down on the boundary with Willie Wheeler, our What is Player of the Day.
Thank you, Panda. I do have Willie Wheeler, and his teammates were getting around him, but a good victory there in the end, mate. 19-14, 128 to 13-5, 83. They just didn't go away, the Saints.
Nah, they actually kept coming back a fair bit, didn't they? We just, I don't know if we let them back in maybe, but I thought around the stoppage and everything like that. Next game, mate. Really strong. Simon Curtis, a few of the boys in there, Sammy Martin before he went off. They're a strong physical team and it was a pretty taxing game.
When he got it down there, you looked pretty dangerous. Williams 5-5, I think. Timmy Lawrence probably could have put some icing on the cake there, but how did you see the Pigeons' performance?
It was probably 50-50. We wanted to play 4 quarters, which we probably didn't. We were probably 60-40 maybe. But forward line's still just trying to work. Obviously Willow's so good, so it's hard not to go to him, and like that he still has 10 shots on goal. So I think if we can just keep working that out, we'll be pretty dangerous down there. But he didn't have the kicking boots on.
You got a couple of buys, and then you're going to get Gibbo back. But it looks like you've lost another trooper in Mark Wiley, who's having a great season. He didn't play the second half.
Yeah, he just had a bit of a tight calf and he's getting a bit older like a few of us, so put him on ice. But 2 weeks come pretty good time. It's a pretty good split for us this year. I think we've played 6 and got 2 weeks, and I think we only got 3 games and a bye and 3 games and a bye sort of thing. So it'll suit a few of us older ones.
Thanks, Willie. Enjoy the win, mate.
So easy, mate. Cheers.
Willie Wheeler, our Waters Player of the Day, as the Yarrawonga Pigeons patiently wait for our man to join them in the huddle. And once again, I think the Myrtleford Alpine Saints, Robbie and Dan, lost absolutely no fans here today. They were fantastic. They continue to take the game on each and every single week. They continue to go through the corridor, and that's all you can ask of a young team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I couldn't agree more, mate. They're just so watchable, and I think they almost ignore the scoreboard, which is probably not a bad thing, is it? Because what it doesn't distract them from what they're playing. And if that's the message somehow Craig Miller's got through to them, well, then the rest can take care of itself. But, yeah, look, they're probably going to learn. They can learn how to defend a bit better, but they are lacking a few key defenders down there. So that does make it a lot hard. You know, Brady Sharp, he comes back in. He's a guy who could play there. They lost Chris from last year. They've lost a few. That's about all they need. A couple of key defenders. Kyle Winter-Irving's starting to really warm into his work nicely. No Elijah Wales today. He'll come back in. When Josh Maraka comes back in, that gives them a bit more speed around the ball. I think it's all positive.
Yep.
All positive stuff from the Myrtleford Alpine Saints. If I was a member or a supporter watching Myrtleford play at the moment, I would go away happy with effort and what you can see. Because they stand for something, right? You can see what they're trying to play. They're playing a really good brand of footy. And I mean, good on them. And good crowd here again today. And they only got beaten by a real good side today. Yarrawonga are going to be very hard to beat. You know, and they're a class side. I thought they were fantastic today. Both sides put on a real entertaining game at Daniel Vaccaro.
They did. It was a really good spectacle to watch, Robbie. And as you said it as well, we'll just cross the midge now.
There you go, a big win to the Yarrawonga Pigeons over the Myrtleford Alpine Saints here on 3&E's O&M Live. Willie Wheeler, our Waters player of the day. In the end, the Yarrawonga Pigeons were too strong. When we come back, our APCO Wenger at a post-game show for the best service station in the world. We'll find out who's taken out our Ultimate Fastener MVP votes. We'll go around the grounds and we'll wrap up a big round of SSNA Ovens and Murray action. Stay with us on O&M Live, and remember, you won't miss a thing.
Looking for somewhere great to eat? Check out Social Dining and Bar. And right now, you can get a crumbed barramundi fillet served with chips and dill hollandaise from just $22. Come and be part of it all at Social Dining and Bar at the SSNA.
Pain or injury can stop you from living life to the fullest. Albury-Wodonga Private Hospital specialises in advanced orthopaedic services and offers a full range of care from diagnosis to surgery and rehabilitation. Get back to the life you love with our support.
Go where you can live and learn locally. Go where students come first. Go for the choice of 120 courses across 11 campuses. Go for it with GoTAFE.
0.0% alcohol. This changes everything.
Rewrite the rules. Carlton Zero.
Adroit Insurance and Risk, your local insurance advisor, able to tailor insurance programs to support your business.
And we're proud to support our local community.
How many subscriptions do you have? One for entertainment? And one for news? And meditation? One for sport? And one for music? Whatever you're into, you can now manage select paid subscriptions in one place and save up to 10% with Optus SubHub. Discover what's trending and save by bundling them all together. Streamline your subscriptions with Optus SubHub. It starts with yes.
GoTAFE is hiring, and we want you on our team. Flexibility, professional development, generous remuneration, and a staff wellbeing program are just a few of the great benefits we offer. If you have a passion for your skill or qualification and you're looking for real work-life balance, then GoTAFE is the place for you.
GoTAFE is leading,
Inspiring.
hands-on,
Flexible. Fabulous.
We have dozens of trainer positions and corporate roles open right now. Get in touch today.
At 2AY, we're your home of live sport. Every weekend we bring you the best live broadcasts of the Ovens and Murray football and netball. Listen this weekend on your radio or the 2AY app.